They may be on the other line or something.
That's true. If you
Because
have
the other night, we were on two lines, two different lines.
Monday, you mean?
Need to call somebody, let them know we're on. They may be on the other line or something. Yeah, who are we waiting for? Because the other night, we were on two lines.
And I was hoping, I knew would come on, and I was hoping, hey, I was hoping that everyone had a part to do with this. A special part would be on this call tonight. There's a lot of us out here.
I got an email Shay the link.
What about Sister Kalanda? You want me to call her?
I'm texting her. I'm texting her now.
Okay.
Unless Latrice, are you filling in for Sister Felicia tonight?
What about Sister Shayla?
No, I'm not filling in for her. Yep, they had their thing together.
Okay.
What about Sister Shayla? You want me to call Sister Shayla?
Yes, call her. She should be on. She's working with the graduation with you. I know Felicia was on Monday, you know, we were waiting. It seemed like it was a lot of them on Monday.
Here's Trey.
There was a lot of them on the other line, Joel, on your old line.
See, I don't have everyone's email, so I send it to the emails that I have. But it's just, you know, you got to pay attention to when things are updated, because this call is configured differently than the general room.
Okay.
So now we have this, Shay. Welcome, sister. Microphone is muted, Shay. Just so you know.
Peace, Sister Shayla, are you waiting to get online? Oh. Okay. Do you have the number to get on? Do the most recent link. Okay, I'm going to hang up so you can get in because we're waiting.
Oh, okay.
Okay, okay, peace.
June 18th.
7:25.
This stuff is on the pioneer. Did you get to it? No. Okay, we need to be where it can easily be got to.
Let me try it another way.
Sure. This one's right here. Or
They have their lights.
we can still hear you.
Facing to the
How many minutes was Turi time? Yes.
Kind of facing.
Right. I can't see.
Yeah, that's just the work. So, I mean, you just recorded. They make it. Yeah, you get your money back. Yeah.
Okay.
Put on this side.
Within your eyes?
No, not really.
Okay, so does anybody have the agenda, like the run-up show for the spelling bee?
What are you doing?
Hold on. That's mute, baby. So where you going? Are we calling Sister Felicia?
Yes, call Sister Felicia. We need her on.
Thank you. Oh, mute me, sweetheart, first, please. These are
Peace, everyone. Can y'all hear me or am I?
Peace, Sister Pam. We can hear you.
I'm sorry. I'm in the house. Usually I'm outside and I just put something in my mouth.
Enjoy.
I'm sorry.
That's okay. Enjoy. I ate before the call.
I had just gotten home from work a little while ago, and Sister Cheney just called me, and so I was running around, as they say, like a chicken with your head cut off to try to get on.
Thank God you made it on.
Yeah. How's everybody this evening?
All is well.
Well,
As well.
Yeah.
How are you?
All is well. I had a good day today.
Praise God.
Hey, peace, everybody. This is Brother Jovel Ford. I'm just letting y'all know y'all only got another half hour to turn up my Wi-Fi. Just let y'all know.
here's Kalanda, also known as Brother Terry Morris. What's happening, my brother?
I'm hanging in there like a loose tooth.
Man, I'm first and goal on the 50-yard line, man.
Hey, man. Walking slow, drinking cold water, player. That's all.
Javelle,
Ma'am,
you sound like Tony.
that is my uncle, ain't it?
I know you sound just like him. I can't see your face, but your voice sounds just like him.
Well, the older I get, the more, I get more seasoned salt and pepper, Lawry's, with Obey, whatever you want to call it,
All right.
Eating too much of that yak.
Yeah.
Yak. Yak? Yak? What is
Yuck.
it?
Yuck.
All right, gang is all here.
Oh, she's on. Okay.
Peace, everyone.
Peace, Shayna. You made it. Yay.
Yay!
Peace, everybody. I guess I'm gonna be a silhouette. I'm going on mute. I'm still at work.
Peace.
Oh.
Yeah.
I'm usually at work until about 8 o'clock.
That silhouette is killing me. You could be anybody, Kalanda.
I guess I can be.
No, that's by design. I know what you're doing.
No, it's not.
Yeah.
Why do you say that?
No, because I've seen it before.
I have horrible lighting in my house. Horrible lighting. And it's like I can move around, and you'll still get the same effect. It's not until it's pitch dark outside, and I have all the lights in the house, and the lights have to warm up to come on. So, yeah, these new lights, these whatever kind of special lights are supposed to last will be eco-friendly.
All right. May the Lord bless this meeting in Jesus' name.
Amen.
Amen.
So I would like, this is how I feel. And I'm not saying that this is the case, but I think it would be a good idea tonight to demonstrate our collective knowledge of the format for the virtual youth conference. So does everyone have an agenda, or at least, you know, a select few of us on the call have an agenda?
Nope.
I don't have a printout. Mine is inside of my computer that I'm talking on.
I'll go get mine.
Okay. Hey, Shay.
Can I have, let's see.
Yes.
Did you email me the video, right? Or no?
Right,
No.
right.
I have.
Oh, wait, which one you said? Oh,
No,
I'm sorry.
Shay. No, I'll call you Shay.
Okay.
Oh, good.
Okay.
Yeah, that's. I'm glad you said that, Shayla. We do gotta make a distinction there.
Okay.
There are on both of my videos. There are pieces that Lauren, we did the voiceovers today, that she has to finish. She has to lay those voiceovers. So what I've done, and I'd like to share it with you guys, what I have, the final piece, without the voiceover, but I would ask you to please don't say anything to Lauren ever about it, because it's her work, and I know all of us, when we have something we've done, we want the best polished piece out, not something that has little errors in it, but I do want you to take a look at it before, you know, I've got a few more days to make changes, Mother Boswick, and Lady Bernice, if you need me to do that. But I would like to share the piece that I have ready tonight.
Do you want to share it yourself? You know how to share it in the Zoom?
Yes. Yes, Danny's here with me, so.
Oh, you're good to go. Peace, Daniel.
Peace. I said that so I don't hear me right.
Mm-hmm.
All right, take it away.
Oh, okay.
Oh, we're doing it now? Cool. Bring this bad boy up. Which one do you want, this one?
The one she's flying in, she should not be in. All right. Okay, take her out. She has to go back. You have to go back.
Hi everybody, my name is Choco. Life is happy sometimes, life is sad sometimes. God is good to us all the time. We five books with you are celebrating happy times. Hey, don't forget to meet in the Zoom room.
Choco. Wow, look at all of our friends who came to the Zoom room to read today.
Hi, everybody.
Wow, we're so glad to see you here. Choco's favorite word is friends. Can you show them your favorite word, please? And we're going to sing a little friend song with you today. But first, this is how we Zoom today. Settle down, we're on our way. Mute your voices so quietly, eyes big and bright, right here on me. Your song. Can you guys help us, please? Here we go. Friends, friends, 1, 2, 3. All my friends are here with me. You're my friend. You're my friend. You're my friend. You're my friend. Friends, friends, 1, 2, 3. All my friends are here with me. Wow. Choco invited you here today to read her story, and it is a beautiful story. Here we go, Choco. If you'd like to have a seat, you can, and get comfortable. You guys get comfortable too. A Mother for Choco by Kiko Kaza. Choco was a little bird who lived all alone. All he wanted was love, and that's all he ever sang about. You could hear him early in the morning singing, "All I need is love." You could hear him late at the night singing, "All I need is love," all day long. Choco wanted a mommy, and he didn't have one. So he set out to find a mother. He went away one day, far from his little bird's nest, and there he met Mrs. Giraffe. "Oh, Mrs. Giraffe," he cried, "you are yellow just like me. Are you my mother?" Mrs. Giraffe said in her very high voice, "No, little birdie, I'm sorry, but I don't have wings like you. I can't be your mother." "Oh," said Choco, "I've got to find a mommy then." He walked on, very, very sadly, but you could hear him singing, "Who will she be? My mommy is a mystery. Who will she be? My mommy is a mystery. Will she be short or tall? Will she love me at all? Who will she be? My mommy is a mystery." As Choco was walking, he came across Mrs. Penguin and her son. Choco said, "Wow, Mrs. Penguin, you have wings just like me. Can you be my mommy?" Mrs. Penguin looked at Choco and she said, "I'm sorry, darling, but I don't have big round cheeks like you. I can't be your mother." Choco just looked at her and she said, "All I need is love." And he started walking. Choco knew he had to find his mommy now. You could hear him singing again. "Who will she be? My mommy is a mystery. Who will she be? My mommy is a mystery. Will she be short or tall? Will she love me at all? Who will she be? My mommy is a mystery." Then Choco came across Mrs. Walrus. "Good morning, Mrs. Walrus," he said. "I need a mommy. You have big cheeks like mine. They're nice and round. Are you my mommy, or can you be my mommy?" Mrs. Walrus looked at Choco and she said, "Now looky here, little fella. I can't be your mommy. I don't have big striped feet like you have. Don't bother me. See you later." Choco said, "All I need is love." And he went to all the animal mothers and children in the community and he said, "I just want a mommy. Can't somebody help me?" Nobody could. No matter where Choco searched, he just couldn't find a mommy. One day Choco was in the forest and he was standing behind a tree and he saw Mrs. Bear picking apples. He knew she couldn't be his mother. Mrs. Bear didn't look like him at all. She didn't have those big chubby cheeks or those striped feet. So Choco didn't even ask her. He just started crying and crying and saying, all I need is love. All I need is love. Oh, mommy, I need a mommy, he said. Mrs. Bear came running to see what was the matter. As she listens to Choco's story, she sighed, oh dear, if you had a mommy, little bird, what would she do for you? Oh, I'm sure she will hold me, said Choco, sobbing. Like this, asked Mrs. Bear, and she held Choco oh so tight.
Her big cheek.
Yes, said Choco, and I'm sure she would kiss me too. Like this, asked Mrs. Bear, and she lifted Choco up and gave him a great big bear kiss. Mwah! Yes, and I'm sure she would sing and dance with me to cheer me up, said Choco. Like this, asked Mrs. Bear, and they sang and danced together for hours. Pretty soon they had to stop and rest. And when Mrs. Bear turned to Choco and looked at him, she said, Choco, do you think that maybe, just maybe, I could be your mother? All you need is love. You, Choco said, you can't be my mother. You are yellow like me. You don't have wings or big puffy cheeks like me, and you definitely don't have striped feet. My goodness, said Mrs. Bear, that would make me look very funny indeed, Choco. And Choco thought about it in his imagination, and they both laughed and laughed and laughed. Well, said Mrs. Bear, my other children are waiting for me at home. Why don't you join us for apple pie, Choco? Apple pie sounded wonderful to Choco because he was really hungry. He walked with Mother Bear to her house. When they arrived, Mrs. Bear's other children rushed out to greet her. Choco, said Mrs. Bear, meet my children. Meet Hippie, my hippopotamus baby. Meet Allie, my alligator baby. And meet Piggy, my little porky pig. These are my children. They don't look like me, but all we need is love. Choco went inside and the smell of sweet apple pie sounded so good to him. He laughed and laughed in Mrs. Bear's home and he played with the children and he had a wonderful time. And after their delicious treat and their wonderful time, Mrs. Bear gave all of her children a big warm hug. And Choco was very happy that his new mommy looked just the way she did. Because all they needed was love. I hope you guys have a lot of love, just like Choco. And that is why Choco was having a party earlier, because he has a new mommy. She's no longer a mystery, and he has love. We love you guys. Have a great day, okay? Bye.
Hey, Shay.
Yes.
Let me tell you something. Aside from Bishop's sermons, and early on, where his sermons are now, as far as like the quality in the video and all that, aside from his most recent 5 or 6 sermons, this is hands down the best thing I've seen virtually in this church.
We're going to thank the Lord. We're going to say thank the Lord. Can they hear me? Yes.
Yeah, I hear you. We hear you.
Because
I'm serious.
There was a lot of stuff that people just got in and did. I didn't have the skills to do. They cleaned this up. There is, Mother, I wanted to set up with the children that the Bible was the most important book that they could ever read. And last Sunday, Bishop was telling the parents, read these stories, or how did he say? Read the stories, share the stories with your children. That's what he was saying. And so on it's actually the first video. Can we pull it up? Can you pull it up, or can you just pull it up now? It's the first video that we did, but it goes with the book, with the carrot seed book. And it is the one that has to be voiced over. You have to find it's
the carrot seed?
Yes, the carrot seed.
The one we just did?
The one, yes, that I voiced over. That I have. Sorry, you all.
No, you're fine.
It's over here, isn't it?
No, the carrot seed. Oh, where is it?
I need the picture.
Oh, jeez. Okay. Okay, there it is. Can I make it bigger?
No, just, it's fine. So I just wanted Mother to see that I did try to bring in, even though we're storytelling and we're having fun, the best book, the most important one is this one, and The Power of Prayer. Even when you're a little kid, that you need to learn how to pray and to.
Oops, 1 second, Shay.
Okay, he got you.
Okay, so I just wanted to show them the importance of knowing the Bible stories, and this story is all about faith and perseverance and believing in something outside of yourself. So this is the opening of that. This is not the actual reading of the story. This is the opening, and this is the piece that Lauren is putting to that story, the carrot seed. So. And it's not cleaned up, Joelle, and there's noise in the background. That's why I couldn't show this whole thing today. Oh, hi, you're finally here. Peace, little flock. My name is Sister Shay, and I'm in my garden this morning. I made a discovery. Come with me quickly. Wow, these are carrots. Come in a little closer. These are carrots. Yes, I know they aren't orange. However, they are still carrots. Would you like to see one? I'm going to pull it up for you, okay? So we pull and we pull. Oh. There they are, carrots. Wow, isn't that really cool? Well, listen, we're gonna eat those too later on today. Listen, I'm going to do storytelling with you at the conference. How many of you really like books? Can you wave at me if you like books? Cool beans, okay. I love books too, and I have some favorite books. I brought them out to the garden with me because when I'm not helping my husband take care of the garden, I like to sit out here in the chair and read and pray sometimes. And one of my favorite things to do is sit out here with the birds chirping, and I can read the Bible. This is the most awesome book ever. It gives us the oldest history that we have. It's Jesus and God have told us how to live our lives to make them happy in this book, and it's a book all about Jesus. It's the greatest storybook, and Bishop Omega shares it with us every Sunday. These are awesome stories. Some of them are happy stories, some are sad, but they're all wonderful. Please ask your parents to read some of the Bible stories with you. That's really great. One of my favorite stories in the Bible is about a wonderful man named Daniel, and Daniel gets to spend the night with a lion. I don't know if that would make me so happy, but this story is wonderful. I have two other books that I love that I would like to share with you during the conference. The first one is The Carrot Seed, which we're going to read today. And the next book is called A Wonderful Choco, which we'll read later on in the week. Thank you so much for coming into the Zoom room to get ready to read with me. I love you guys. Remember, Jesus is the way, And I'll see you in the Zoom room.
Okay, let's go. All right.
That's totally salvageable. Like Lauren will probably be able to put some filters on that to cut down, like that road traffic and the wind, like what little bit of wind there is, and the highway traffic. They are all going to be around the same, like certain frequencies that are outside of your voice. So there's a way you can reduce that.
Well, she said that she had me do the voiceover in a closet so that she could lay it over, and I had to say everything pretty much as close as.
Well, you were watching
the
yourself
truck.
on video while you were recording.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
She
Yes,
did it
sir.
right.
So Lord's willing, she'll have it done by Friday, and then we can drop it in the box for you.
Well,
but I'm going to share that with Mother because I haven't shown her or told her anything about the story. So I hope that that's good with you, Mother Boswick, Lady Bernice.
Oh, you gotta unmute.
Can you hear me, Shay?
Okay.
Yeah.
See you again.
Yes, ma'am. I can hear you.
Okay, good. Yes, I think the word was presented well. And I really think that children would enjoy it. I mean, you go out into the, I call the great outdoors, and you show them your, your garden and everything. You hear the different sounds. I mean, sounds earthly, like it's real. But like I said, that's the first time I saw it, But I think you're on the right track. Brother Joe's an expert, he can tell you, and also clapping his hands. So
no, listen, Shay has me scared now because that looks great. Like the stuff I'm working on, it's not going to look that great. It's not going to look. Shay, that stuff looks good. I mean, good. I'm speechless.
Well, thank the Lord, she exceeded your expectations.
Which
thank
are high.
the Lord for Sister
Which are esoteric. I'm telling you, they are up there. She said stratospheric.
Thank the Lord.
But yes, good job. I mean, good.
That was a good job.
Good job. So, Shay, I am not without critique. One thing I do want you to pass on to Lauren, when you all do the final, is every time the still comes up of the page of the book, it needs to be up long enough for it to be read. And I'm not like a speed reader space. I mean, like for you to sit there and honestly approximate how fast a child would read and be able to read.
So Joelle, the difference between storytelling and reading a story plays in here. Many of the words that I'm using are not on the page of that book. And so that's why we opted to not have me like write up all the time, but to have those pages so they can see the pictures more so than the words. Right.
All right.
So I will share that with her, but I was really comfortable because I'm not reading every word on that page. I add a whole lot of stuff in there that the story is true to form, but I add a whole lot of stuff in there. So
all right, I understand your intent, and you all have put thought into it, I can tell.
Okay.
But there's what you intend and what people's minds are going to lead them to do when they actually watch this. So now when you have that book up in the video where I see the bookcase behind you and I see you and you're holding the book, I'm not expecting to read any of the text that is on that page. But when that full shot comes up, your brain is going to try to read it. Okay, and if it comes down before you're able to read it, it's not going to be a favorable thing. It's not the end of the world, but I'm just saying, just be prepared that people might say something about, we couldn't see we couldn't read the thing because when that switches and it goes to just that page, the average human mind is going to try to read it. And some of them are up long enough where you can actually read, but some are like there's like 3 or 4 lines where it's up and gone. And so like, what did it say? You know, and that can be distracting from what you're really trying to do. So that's the only critique I have. But other than that, this is excellent. I mean, excellent. This is better than my parents' 40th wedding anniversary.
Did I do that?
Yes, you did. I haven't forgotten it. Good job. Kudos. Kudos to you, Sister Toll, and your team. Okay. So now we can't, now the rest of us can't be raggedy. So let's see, where are we now? So all right, so let's do this. What we didn't do last week, like we did with the spelling bee and with the graduation, we need to put together the program, order of services, format, run a show, cue sheets for the actual story times. Are they going to differentiate that much between Thursday and Friday? Or is it pretty much the same format but different content?
Is that me?
Uh-huh.
Same format. I think the longest, okay, here, this is what I was asking you about. On the sheet, it says that I have from 12:31 to 12:50. So that's something like 19 minutes, right? 19 minutes. So the longest story is 12 minutes. The shorter one, which is the choco one, is 10.4 seconds. Should I put a children's song on there or some kind of a movement activity or finger play or something? Or should we just leave it? Because we're bumped right at 12:50 if it ends at 12:50, then isn't the Bible study about to happen? Won't other people already be on there?
The story time and the Bible study run side by side. So where the youth studies, they're for specific age demographics. So people that are outside of the ages of 3 to 10 and 10 to 35. And I think actually the Bible study is 10 to 17, if I'm not mistaken. Anybody outside of those age groups, they can choose what they want to attend. So, you know, like if you're in your 50s or men's department and all that, you can decide, oh, hey, I want to drop in to the Little Flock story time, or I want to go see what they're doing over in the youth studies. So you honestly have an hour to work with because the connections go up at 12:45 Thursday and Friday, but everything starts at 1. Like all the little preliminaries, all the checks are 12:45 to 1, and then from 1 to 2 is content material. So we're on the Bible study side. That's their time for study. But your story time has an hour. So I know you can't stretch out a story 45 minutes to an hour, but you've got a lot of room to play with as far as content goes. And that's what I want to establish now. Like, what is that hour going to look like from 12:45 to 2? Well, really from 1 until 2.
Oh, puppet.
This time, this is happening there, this is happening then, this is happening right after, and all that. Do we need to develop segues? Is it all coming out of your shop, or is the other stuff intertwined? So we need to determine all that tonight.
Yeah.
And I'm saying that because you don't have to know the answers right now, but it's important for us to ask all the right questions, and then arrive at the answer.
Okay. Just mention it. The TV channel? No, the puppets. Because we have the camera, we can mention it.
Well, right now, as of tonight, we only have, like, if we start at 12:31, the most we have is 15 minutes after that.
Oh, okay.
So
You'll be starting at 1. You'll be starting at 1. Like everything connects. Like all the connections are made 12:45. But you'll be going live. The story time will actually start at 1. And like that's according to the combined youth, Little Flock, and TDI schedule. I know the agenda says something different, but like as far as like broadcast airtime, it's pretty much 12 to 1 to 2. Connecting 12:45, on at 1, closing shop at 2 o'clock. And that's true for Thursday and Friday.
Thursday and Friday.
Are you doing a puppet show too?
I have not prepared anything like, oh, Danny, no, I have, that's Danny. No, I had not prepared anything but to read the story, and then if we had time to do a movement activity.
Let me make this even clearer. I'm in no wise saying that you have to have an hour's worth of stuff either. But what I'm telling you is you have an hour. That's how much of a window you have. If you can get everything done and it's nice and it takes no more than 15, 19, 20 minutes, then that's fine. You know, that's fine. I'm not saying you have to take the hour, but I'm saying that you are not constrained to 19 or 20 minutes at all. You got 60 minutes there to do as you please.
Sister Shay.
Yes, ma'am.
Would that be an opportunity for the kids to be able to chime in and talk to you?
We could have a talk time that's Zoomed live, Joelle, where they could, because I think on that call, Johnny or Sister Johnny or Sister Mari was saying something about they wanted to have it live anyway, and I just could not do that. So if that was something that would appease the crowd, the children, to be able to talk, or
I know. So okay, so let's throw some ideas around. You know, let's weigh in and it'll start. So okay, let's close our eyes and pretend it's 1 o'clock. At 1 o'clock, what am I seeing on Zoom? I'm Brother Joe Schmo. I'm from Montana. I've logged in. It's now 1 o'clock. What's the first thing I see?
First thing you see is what you just saw. The first day, the first thing is the.
Hold on. Let me. You know what? I'm without my notepad. I'm gonna make sure I jot these things down. I'm listening. Keep going.
At 1 o'clock for story time, the first thing you see on Thursday is Sister Shay in the garden. And she'll be talking for about 15, she'll be reading the stories and everything for about 15 minutes.
In the garden?
Yes.
Okay, one second, I'll be right back.
So Mother, is our schedule changed? We're gonna have another printed schedule?
According to what they were saying, it will be a different because
it will be different. Okay.
Because he said you're gonna start at 1, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Before they were saying, I believe they were starting at 12:45. So we'll just continue through, listen for changes and write them, and you know.
She homed them in Delaware, though. She homed them in Delaware. Shay, Lisa and I are arguing about all the talent you're showing. Is it a Chicago thing or a Delaware thing? And Lisa's saying that you brought your talents from Chicago, but I'm telling her that you honed them in Delaware.
I don't know, Joel. I'm going to be quiet. You need to listen to your wife.
Oh, no, I rep Delaware. You can believe that. I don't care if I live on the moon. Ellendale. Okay.
Okay, so from what I look at, 1 o'clock, you push the button to start the video, similar to what we just saw. And then it ends about 12, it'll end at like 1:12, 1:15. And then if there is time, then we open it up for chat with the children or book. We can call it a book chat for 10 minutes. And the children can ask questions or talk about their feelings, how they feel about the characters in the story.
I'm not looking at the agenda right now. But is any of this in the agenda? I just can't recall right now that went out. Sister Cheney?
All of it's in the agenda. It's from 12:31 to 12:50.
Okay. So no real format there, right? Okay. So 1 p.m. There's a little, we're putting together this little remember the men's conference? Every time a session started, you saw the logo and you heard the song Brother and Brother playing, no matter what it was, what day, it all started the same thing. So we'll have a similar thing. So when we come out of that little intro clip, the first thing we'll be going to on Thursday is the carrots time story in the garden, right?
Excuse me, this is Sister Cheney.
Really?
She's on the third agenda, the final agenda for now. She's on at 1 o'clock. There are other items on the agenda. Mother, you have that agenda there. There's your brother's prayer on Thursday, the openings, the brother prayer, then the song with Little Journey and Cassidy. This is at 12:30. So the conference starts at 12:30. And Shay comes on at 1 o'clock, as you all stated. It's on the agenda.
Yeah, Shay comes on, right.
But I'm just telling you, I understand, but right tonight, like I have a lot going on computer-wise as I'm working on these projects, so I have stuff up, and I don't want to throw my setup off by adding the agenda. So I'm relying on you all to keep me straight with the agenda, and I just have not printed it out.
Mother, everyone needs the agenda, honey, so we can all follow.
I have it, but it's inside of my computer that I'm on. I haven't printed it out.
Let's check it.
I would have to go to Kinko's or to Staples to print it out, and I haven't been out to do that.
Okay. Mother, would you like for me to send the agenda out?
No, we're gonna.
There was one sent out on.
No, you have to go out and.
There was one.
Well, let's do this. So let's.
Can't you upload it? Can you just upload it and put it on?
Oh yeah, that would be better.
I'm not worried about. Well, I'm not worried about the preliminaries, but I really want to nail down on what's happening during the story time section.
I thought that Journey was in the on the back screen. Her and Cassie. I thought that's what you said last week or week before.
That's not the story time. I'm strictly talking about story time right now.
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
Story time is what you just saw, starting at 1 o'clock.
Okay, so but I'm just saying the first thing is going to be the
carrot seed, the garden seed,
that's
and the
happening.
carrot seed.
Now, is that happening Thursday and Friday, or?
On Friday, the bird is the first thing you'll see. The little birdie who talks to the children.
Oh, okay. So Thursday, Friday. Thursday is, what's the title of it?
The carrot seed.
The carrot seed.
Yes, sir.
And that's pre-recorded. And approximately how long is the carrot seed?
12 minutes.
Okay, and then Friday is A Mother for Coco?
Yes, sir.
C-O-C-O?
C-H-O-C-O. C-H-O-C-O.
Okay. How long is that?
And that's 10 minutes, 4 seconds.
Okay. So what do we have? Do you have anything that you want to put around those? So the first, like, there's no intro, no warm up, like there's no saying, oh, hi, you know.
That's in the filming.
Right. Oh, yeah, you're right. It isn't. So we'll go straight into the pre-recorded material. After the pre-recorded material ends, we're going to go back into a live Zoom session and open up the kids' mics and the kids can interact. Now
Yes.
you're also going to leave that, right?
Yes.
Joe, are you saying that we only come on starting with Shay's story time?
No, ma'am. I'm saying when the clock strikes 1, what is happening? Not anything before 1 o'clock. I mean, when the clock strikes 1, what's happening in the story time segment? I understand the journey, the prayer and journey, and our segment that we're doing and all that. That part I'm fine with. But I strictly want to talk about if there were bookends, what's in between these bookends right now, as far as the story time goes. So after the live Zoom interaction with the children, what do you have any? And I'm not. You don't have to know right now. But what do you expect to do? Like any singing or? The reason I'm asking about singing is because it is hard to sing along in these Zoom calls. Everybody has different network speed and latency is a little different. So it will never be a united sound. It'll just be like in and out. The singing part is going to be a little tricky to do in a live Zoom call.
I don't have any singing.
Even better. So it'll all be just talking. So you'll ask them questions and they'll be able to interact with you.
They'll be able to interact with each other too, right?
Okay. Yeah, absolutely. But it's better if that's moderated. So
all right, well, we started this. I think Sister Kalandra had said she would be a moderator.
You're right.
Nope, I did not say that. It wasn't me, Shay.
All right. I have a moderator. Okay, Sister Brittany Lamb.
I know Brittany. That's my god sister.
So Brittany Calandra, she said, if Sister Calandra doesn't want to do it, I'll do it. So, okay.
Thank you, Brittany. Give her a hug and a big old kiss.
I will.
Because Sister Columbia has not been having much of a voice lately. It goes. It's on the way out now.
I just think with me, she's able to control things a lot better on Zoom than I can, with kids pushing things and opening up their voices and, that.
Okay.
But Joel, on our schedule, on our initial schedule, there was nothing after the book reading. There's nothing there.
There's a break after that, and then the nightly service, so to speak, the music event. So okay. There's a long gap after
the spelling bee. The spelling bee.
Oh yes. Oh Jesus. I'm thinking Friday. Well, Friday has the workout thing too, with Lord Severn's son and.
Hey, what happened to the Q&A before the story and the Q&A after the story? Because I thought you were going to do a Q&A. Well, not a Q&A, but things to think about basically at the beginning of the story. What do you think the story is?
I decided to kind of put that into the character, the bird, and Sister Shay in the garden, and then just kind of go with that.
Oh, okay, great.
So that would be a little different than in the classroom. I don't, it's about fun and learning, but I really didn't have to have that culminating review kind of thing. So, but with the talking,
I think the Q&A at the end would be.
That's what Joel
stretch that whole that time frame out.
Okay. But what time is the spelling bee supposed to start?
3.
Oh, so it's okay.
Mhm.
Is
So
there
I
any
think
way we can upload the last agenda? Because you have a first draft, my love. You have an old copy of the agenda.
I do.
Is anyone can we possibly upload the agenda so we can all be on the same page? It will make this so much easier and clearer to follow.
Let me see if I can do it. I'm not real savvy, but let me see if I can do it.
I got it, sister. Please.
I think Shay, if
I
you
have
would
it. I
like
have
to
it.
sing
Thank
the
you.
little music and
The
movie.
last one was June 15th. Well, wait a minute. Mother sent one out a couple of days after that. June 15th, but another one came out maybe the 17th.
Keep making these changes. We have to keep updating them so that when you get them, you know, and
Well, let me share this with you all. Oh, I don't know about that far.
I have an idea, Sister Shay.
Yes.
Okay, so the first day of reading, you're reading the Chaco story.
No, the garden that talks about the Bible.
Okay, so you're doing the carrot seed.
Yes, ma'am.
How about this? How about you do the carrot seed book and then do an activity tied in with the carrot seed, like planting, since you do gardening.
Here's the thing with that. That wouldn't work live. Because that's a whole moving a mobile device outside, and there's outside noise, traffic noise, and all that.
No, not outside. She don't have to do it outside. She can do it at the kitchen table. I did it with my kids right at the kitchen table. I didn't do it outside because I had that issue with, and I did a live YouTube video of how to plant tomato seeds, and I also did.
This is the young people's.
How to take clippings and replant them.
And maybe it could be associated with planting seeds of goodness.
There you go.
Okay. All right, here we go.
Plants can always be tied in with something biblical. You know, what do you need in order for a plant to grow? You need patience. You need love. You need the sun that God has provided.
There you go, moderator.
That God has made, that created.
That's what she should be. That should have been the moderator.
Perseverance.
Patience and perseverance. Yes, no shade. I hear you, but no shade.
Okay, so those are all really good ideas, and I will take them into consideration. They are covered in the story, the carrot seed story. They're filmed. All of that is talked about in the story.
I'm worried about how that would look, like with one camera, you know. Like it's just I'm not confident in how that will work, even if it's inside.
And I would like to do as less live Zoom as I have to do. I will say this, that doing those activities with the kids are really wonderful, but we need to think about how long we have them sitting. I will already have had them sitting still with their parents going, be still, no. Okay, let's look for 15 minutes. And then with people talking. And I know the kids are probably going to be, hey, me. And parents are going to say, be still. You know, we don't want to look like a wild family on the camera or anything. They're sitting there.
You can do an activity in between there that has a moving and music
I would
and
want to
moving.
do music or movement.
And that.
If I did anything, I would want to do music or movement. And I do have two active movement activities to do. One is the warm-up chant, and the other is Tootie Top. That will be fun for the children. However, Brother Joel, there's something I need to talk to Brother Joel off of camera, with us tonight, because Joel has talked about some things that we can't use.
Yeah.
So I will take those.
That would be copyrighted music, right?
Yep.
So
it's not our music.
I'll make this plain. You can I got a video from little what's her name? Chase Cotton, JT Cotton's daughter. And she's dancing on stage to a song, one of the district performances. And it's Anthony Brown and group therapy song. We're gonna be able to show that during the Zoom call with no problem. But you're never gonna see it archived a month from now, 5 years from now on the Apostolic Buzz YouTube page. YouTube is gonna step on that video because we don't own the rights. So you'll be able to show it during the virtual conference, but you're not gonna see it again posted on YouTube. It'll be something you would have to share via email privately. YouTube will take that down. You know how, if you all are familiar with that application called Shazam, like you've ever been in a store on the radio and you hear a song, you say, oh, who does that song? There's an app on your phone where you can hit this button and your phone will listen to that song and your phone will say, oh, that's this artist, this song. Internet is very sophisticated where YouTube scans posted videos. They just constantly scan. And then when they hear a piece of licensed music on your page, they'll check to see if you actually have the permissions to post it. And if not, they will strip the sound from your video. Your video will still be there, but you won't hear a thing. So that's where you have to be careful with the whole, with the uncopyrighted music on YouTube. Now, they will give you 4 measures to loop. That's fine. But anything outside of that, it's a legality issue with posting things for history's sake on YouTube. But like in the Zoom call, like Thursday, Friday, Saturday, you can do it all day long. Like nothing's gonna step on it ever. But you'll never see it on YouTube posted. If you want to go look at this virtual conference this fall or this winter, you won't be able to hear those recorded pieces. And then the other thing too is this. We're going to take all these little video snippets and we're going to put them all together and run one long video file through the course of the day, except for the live session. So if any of that pre-recorded music is in the bigger picture, then that means they stripped off all the audio. Like literally, like Bishop could do a sermon in its entirety, an hour and some change long. And if we put a Fred Hammond song at the end of it and try to post it on YouTube, YouTube will say, oh, that's a Fred Hammond song you have. You don't have his permission to use it, and strip the whole audio. So you'll have an hour of Bishop just
moving his mouth.
So we gotta be mindful of that. Now, if you just take the sermon and post a sermon, and then another video posting of the music, then they'll kill the music and leave the sermon intact. If you put those 2 videos together into one file and try to do it, they will kill the entire file.
Okay.
So that's why you have to be careful with those things. But I'll say again, anything you have that's unlicensed music, you'll be able to run it during the actual Zoom meeting, but you won't see it on YouTube after. Or you won't hear it on YouTube afterwards. Can everybody see the schedule?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So I personally, just looking at this, how this is going to look, and with Sister Kalani, I know what you're saying about doing the demonstrations and all that. I tend to feel like those are attempts to do things like you will see on TV yourself, where you might see somebody in the kitchen showing how to make an egg omelet for kids. But sometimes, like, that camera switches to an overhead shot so you can see what's actually going in that skillet. You might see the egg crack and go into a bowl. And then the camera switches again, and you see the person standing at the stove, you know, doing whatever and talking and playing. So that approach is good. And in a pinch, you can make it work. But in this kind of format, I'm not confident in running such a thing with Shay on the heels of story time, because we don't have that kind of production. Like, we don't have the proper microphone and the proper camera angles and lighting and all that. And I want to make sure that, you know, I really don't want to see anything look worse, like dramatically worse than what they put together already, because like that stuff was excellent. Excellent. So my vote is for just the interactive story time. But it needs to be organized where the kids, you know, are being called on, or they have something to say, they can maybe raise their hand on camera and then be acknowledged, and then they can speak. I'll say again, Sister Tone, you all did a
Yes,
great
sir.
job. Great job. Great job. I
The
mean,
Lord. Thank you, Joel.
who videoed it for you? The sessions you all did at like the bookshelf and all that.
Tanya. Sister Tanya did all the pictures for Delaware.
Very good. I'll be sure to send her a note.
So, Sister Shay, you trying to make all the rest of us look bad with our videos.
Sister Shay's videos were all vertical, okay? We had to go back and redo stuff. This has been interesting, but thank the Lord, he's good. So
Yeah, we probably should have waited on like sending out assignments until we knew, like, we had all the proper material, like instructions. Because, oh boy, you got to see some of the stuff they sent back with these kids singing. Like, some of it is really poor quality, really poor quality. About like how my camera looks now, out of focus.
Okay. I don't see anything.
Out of focus.
Brother Joel, this is Sister Cheney. Is this the final use agenda with the little flock?
This is a rough workup I had. Times are the same.
Oh.
To my knowledge, the times haven't changed. But I have this one up because it includes our notes as well as the youth department's notes. I've seen a more polished one for the youth department, but it doesn't have any little flock activity on it.
Yeah, because they had given the little flock from 12:30 to 2, and we filled in that those time slots, but I don't see the change on here. And then the later events went on the website starting at 3 o'clock.
Except for Bible study.
That's the youth department. I'm talking
except for the spelling bee.
The spelling bee started at 3.
Right. That's live.
Yeah, that's live. I think is that still on there? I still see that as, at 3.
Yeah, it's at 3.
Mm-hmm.
I don't see.
Little Flock story time is from 12 to 12:45.
Yeah, this is old. I mean,
it's
the
some
Little
stuff that
Flock
is
story
missing.
time starts at 1. Yeah, this is not updated. So, like I said, we're dealing with backdated information on an updated call. That's really throwing me off, but I'm trying to keep up. But if we could somehow pull up our agenda to see the times for the Little Flock, what they gave us that time slot from 12:30 to 2, and then in the evenings we could follow clearer. I just sent out another one to you, Mother.
12:30, okay.
The last one was sent out
Right,
on the 20th.
It was sent out on the 23rd, but I just sent another one
On the
so
20th.
that you all can possibly get it.
Well, the last
Well,
one
we
you
have-
sent out, Mom, was.
Let me try to print it out for my phone.
I just sent one to her email box. It's best to just get the latest version.
The last one everybody got was the 20th. That's the last one everybody.
Well, can you email it to me?
I just updated.
I can
What's your
share.
What's your email, Brother Joel? Shawnee, can you email me? Brother Joel, what's your
I don't have
email?
my printer down
Brother,
here.
I'll put it in the chat.
That's the last everybody got, 20th.
I just sent Mother the last version. I just sent it out a couple of minutes ago.
Okay. Okay,
Joel
so I tell the printer.
Well, yeah, well,
She said, she just sent me up the last version.
okay, well,
Okay.
you on Zoom right now. So.
Right. But if she sent it out to me, I get it.
I'm sending it to Brother Joel.
Oh, great. He probably has a printer, extra printer. Okay.
And whatever his email is, yeah.
So, is the Bible study and the story time not taking place from 1 to 2?
No, they're running simultaneously. They're running together.
Right, and the Zoom call is going to connect at 12:45, right? That's still true?
Yes.
Sister Shane?
Yeah.
Zoom call? I have on the youth department that they sent us out. We had from 12:30 to 2 in the afternoon to fill in. And we filled that in. She's sending you the agenda. As far as that's what the youth department had on theirs. So Shay was starting at 1 o'clock with Bible study. I mean, storytelling, I'm sorry, storytelling. Okay, Brother Joel, she's sending it in to you.
Thank you.
She has.
Yeah, that's
Yeah, she sent it to him. Because we made that up to the point.
Right.
Yes, yes. Right.
That's the coordinate with the youth department. Anyway.
Yeah, wait. That's why we keep changing them. So they scared to change.
If he has it.
Oh,
He has.
this is much nicer.
Sweetie.
Oh, thank you.
Her sister said, she said hi.
Hi.
Hey, hi.
Hey.
Because of that, she can see. I don't know what I see is back from the episode. Uh-oh.
Hi.
You said hi.
Mhm.
Yes.
Must be tired. Must be tired. Oh, sit in the stakes. What do you all see? The calendar or the agenda?
The agenda.
The agenda,
Right one, right?
12:30 to 12:45.
Pre-recorded. opening greeting, Lady Boswick, Minister Strong, opening prayer, Joel Young, with fathers, children reciting Matthew 6:9 to 13.
What's that saying? Joel, can you enlarge that for me, please?
Yes, I can.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Oh, the chant. Hey, Shay, how does the chant work?
It's a loud drum background and there's somebody singing I love myself and the kids repeat after them, I love myself. I feel real good. I feel real good. And it goes through the body parts. This is my nose. I smell with my nose, stuff like that.
Okay, I
So
can call you
it's a
when I
chant.
start my curriculum next year.
Hmm?
So I can call you next year when I start my curriculum.
We can
just
keep
started
going.
Street. Well, I'm kind of a pro at it. I'm the pro of the staff at it because I learned it really quick, but I'm still kind of a little shaky.
Joel, do you want to take that off? Because I can't.
I was multitasking. I'm sorry. I wasn't paying attention.
I can't let Lauren attach it because that belongs to Delaware Wolf Trap. So it will be something that we'd have to do after we did the chatting with the children. It
Well,
wouldn't be.
hold on. I was responding to some texts now. I wasn't listening.
Okay.
I apologize.
Oh, I'm sorry.
What is it again? The I love myself chant.
Yes. Do we need to take that off because that will be
I
something?
can't answer. I can't answer until I know what it is.
But it doesn't belong to us. It belongs to Delaware Wolf Trap. It's music that belongs to somebody else.
So that means it won't end up on YouTube. That doesn't mean it can't be in the Zoom.
Okay, so, but we can't connect it. It has to be, what do I do? Send that music to you separately? How do we use the music?
Do you have it on footage or is it just audio? Is it
It's
video
just
or
audio. It's
oh, it's just
audio.
audio? So what will be on screen while that's playing?
I don't know. Lauren had said something about putting musical things in, but I would think we would be on screen. If we're going to do Zoom, then I would have to, I would have to lead it or my parents from Delaware, we'd have to do it, because we're doing it with the kids.
But they would have to mute their mic or it's going to be a bad feedback.
Yeah, everything has to be muted, like any other game or anything.
See, and that's what I was saying before. Even though that's not singing, it's a chant. You have to do it in unison for it to work, and it's impossible to do those.
No, it has to. We have to. They just have to mute themselves. They have to mute themselves. The music plays, and it says, "I love myself." So they're in their little living rooms going, "I love myself," and it says, "I feel real good." They're in their little living room with their own voices saying, "I feel real good." The music is.
What we'll see on screen is like I have my mic muted and you just see me.
That's what I see.
While that's playing.
That's cool with me. Because the kids are dancing, but they hear the music because the music's going to be playing. They see all the other kids dancing in their houses. So that's cool with them. They don't have to hear anybody else's voice because they hear the voice of the speaker, the singer.
That will be live in Zoom.
Now you just have to tell me how I get that music to you. It's saved. It's saved here on this computer.
It might be better if you play it while you're doing it, if it's going to be done live, because sometimes when someone else is playing the music and you're not in the same place on the same frequency, well, this was explained to me, that you still wind up with a feedback or an echo.
We would still have that?
It's
Yeah,
not, it wouldn't be a feedback echo thing, it'll be a sync thing. If I were to play
Joel would have to play it.
No.
No.
If you're going to be doing something to it, you need to play it. That way it's that way what you're doing is in time with your audio. See, if I play it and then it has to get to you, which is a delay, then it's got to come back out to Zoom, which is another delay. By the time it does all that, it's all
well, can we move on and come back to it?
So yeah, let's work that out. So let's look at Friday.
That's an open time space, and both of the music pieces are 3 minutes. So
Friday afternoon, more or less the same thing.
The same thing, but Brother Hubbard was not able to find, unless you know, they were not able to find Who Loves You, Jesus Loves Them, because it is not, they said it's not a song on its own in the library, that it's something that we sing after another song. And I couldn't find it on my CDs. Brother Hubbard, he and Lauren could not find it.
I'll find it.
Yeah, because it is a separate song.
Lazy. So then, okay, so now closing. Who Loves You? You want audio from Bishop and the choir singing that in service, right?
Yes.
What's going to happen? Same thing. People are going to lip sync to it.
The mute. Who loves you? Jesus loves. They in their houses exercising. So we'll probably do jumping jacks to it or arm movements or.
Trying to do also. Javel said they just did that at the youth conference. Who Loves You? At Ad-Lib, like Ad-Lib.
That's what we need, but Lauren and not Horace, Vernon.
Yeah. Oh, Javel said he can send it to you if you want to have it. It's an ad set. Okay. You want Javel to send that to you, Shay?
Yes, he can send it to me and I can get it to Lauren so she can.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you, Javel. Yeah, one up on Vernon.
So between the story, A Mother for Choco, and the closing, Who Loves You, Jesus Loves Me, are we doing another sit-down interactive session too, right?
We'll do the book chat. So we'll call it a book chat.
Book chat. And Brittany's going to moderate that one too?
If young people's Bible study is at the same time as this, and Brittany Lamb is a young person, I might not be able to get her to do both days. But Sister Calandra, are you going to be?
Well, I'm understanding the Bible study is 10 to 17.
It is?
That's what I'm understanding.
Okay, we'll get a we'll get moderators.
Okay. Does anyone see any holes? Anything we're not missing, that we are missing? Excuse me. Don't all speak at once. That's tight. Any holes there? Are we good?
I need to unmute.
I don't know where it's at.
I got a question. This is Sister Cheney. I was thinking, if Shay cannot use all her time, is it possible for her to give some of her time over to Sister Pam's fashion show?
Yeah.
If you don't use it all, I'm saying we can always, any extra time can go towards something else. Because I put
pre-recorded though, so how's that going to work?
Well, we established that now. What I'm saying is, if we establish that now, then I mean, Shay's presentation is just absolutely beautiful. It's great in itself. What was I going to say? Oh, I know what I said. On this agenda, I gave everyone an estimated time of 15 to 20 minutes because I was trying to give them enough time to complete their acts. So that's why I put the agenda at 15 to 20 minutes, hoping that everybody will be able to fill those slots at least close to the 20 minutes. Since they gave us from 12:30 to 2 o'clock to fill in.
And the fashion show is at 7 o'clock at night.
Yes.
It would be nicer if it were earlier in the day.
Yes, a little earlier, at least somewhere around 6:15, somewhere around at least an hour earlier.
What's the little flock doing at that time? I mean, the young people doing at that time?
Getting ready for Bishop.
6 o'clock, is that the 6 o'clock? Is that the music fest on Thursday?
That's Thursday night.
That's Thursday night. So
we got a sermon Friday night. Bishop's doing the little flock sermon Friday night.
At what? But at 8 o'clock, right? This is all in our homes now.
That's when it's going up, right? On the bus.
Excuse me, Brother Joel, right? Scroll up a little bit. Sorry, I'm on an AFD call too. Where it says right there, and just say no scattered brain. Is that supposed to be brain?
Yeah, that's supposed to be brain.
Okay, so it's several times where it say Brian then.
Mm-hmm.
Forgive me. At first, I didn't know if that was a character. Or...
Forgive me, it's scatterbrain. But they when I take my finger across the screen, I just saw a while ago it said choco. It had choice on the first word, so I had to go in and put choco back at the top one. So when my fingers go over the keys, please forgive me.
Oh, okay. No,
forgive
that's
the typos, you guys. These are all roughs because nothing is really final yet.
It's fine.
Gotcha.
Okay. So, Sister Cheney.
Yes, sir.
I'm not clear. So, how would we accomplish giving some time to the fashion show? Are you talking about splitting the fashion show up into 2 segments, or are you talking about moving the whole fashion show up?
Yep, I had brought that question up to Sister Pam as well, as splitting it up some, halfway through and then bringing it back. Because like I said, on the youth schedule, they did give us, I saw on there 12:30 to 2. It had nothing for us. After Shay's storytelling at 12:45, there was nothing. So I was trying to figure out the 2 schedules, and I just filled in what they had for the little flock. But if we're not,
I'm telling you now, with the fashion show footage I have right now, I don't have 20 minutes worth of stuff.
Oh, thank the Lord. You sure?
It'll be
the stuff that you have.
If that fashion show, when it's all compiled, It's 30 minutes. It's the equivalent of Jesus and the 2 fish and 5 loaves.
Well, thank the Lord. That's
So
a blessing.
you all are hurting
That
for
is a
time.
blessing to hear that.
Yeah, I don't know who said that. Now, is there footage that's coming that I don't know about?
No, that's the fashion
I
show.
mean, you
It
should
should be
probably say that now so I know, because I'm thinking I got all my footage for the fashion show.
the
Well,
fashion show.
I have a question. I never sent my children's pictures / movie because I did like a moving fashion show for them, but then I took pictures, but I never sent it because I was unsure about how it was supposed to send. Was it supposed to be with them walking, or was it supposed to be still pictures? So I still have mine, and they're like 2 minutes. The walking thing is 2 minutes. Well, my daughter's on doing the fashion show. So.
I won't send it. Won't be a 2-minute thing when I chop it up because then it's not like I have to make the videos comparable. Like so, it'll be like still, like one kid will do still, and then I have far more still photographs than I do video.
So they need to be
the average video is around 8-10 seconds. So then if yours is like a whole feature, it wouldn't. It doesn't. The flow is off there.
They're spliced together. She's in one outfit. She walks out. She turns around. I stop the video, and then I change her, and then I start it back. She walks out with that one. She turns around, and then she stops, and then I change her again, and then she comes out with the third outfit.
That sounds like 30 seconds to me.
Yeah, it's like really fast.
So is it 2 minutes or?
It's like, well, I can break it up and.
I know I'm probably sounding like a bully right now, but listen, two. If you tell me 2 minutes, I'm literally thinking it's 2 minutes, and that's too long.
No, okay. It's a hot second. I'm gonna say it like that.
All right, thank you.
Joel.
2 minutes is a long time in video.
No,
yeah.
I wouldn't have her do it 2 minutes.
I got you.
Okay.
So can I still send that video or?
What I want to know is how many people are doing the same thing you did, and I'm gonna get the info.
See, that's my thing. I did not. There was I didn't really have a clear direction, so I took pictures, and I took quote unquote video, short video.
Well, Sister Kalanda, the instructions went out step by step from Sister Pam, and the videos were no more than we even test a couple of the kids. The video was no more than 15-second walk, and of course the snaps take a show for itself. And the interview was like, I mean, it's no more than 30 seconds for the whole shot, the whole three outfits.
Yeah, I didn't even
plus
do
the
interview. The interview. I didn't even do the interview with her because she didn't want to do it. So she does not have an interview on the end of hers. It's just her in her clothes.
Okay.
Yes.
Well, it's no longer than 30 seconds for the whole entire runway show, the fashion show for each kid.
So is it movie style?
I don't know what you're saying when movie style is
Where
videos
it
of the
comes
kids.
out in one video, I stop the video, then I change her, put on another video, start it back.
Right, that's right.
She comes out with the second one. See, that's what I was not clear about.
Yeah.
So
They were
because I thought first when I was reading it that it would just need to be a photo shoot, one picture in her outfit with a pose.
That was true. The videos were 14 to 15 seconds long, each video.
Yeah. And each was supposed to be separate.
That's right. And the interview was what? Interview was the same, around 10 to 15 seconds at the most.
So I need to redo it then. I need to have one video, end it, then another video, end it, third video, end it, and then the interview question.
Yes.
That's correct.
Okay, that's not what I did. That's not what I did. Everything flowed into each other.
Kalanda, what did you do? You just pause the video and then resume the video?
I paused the video and what I did was I did a little bit more. I phased it out and phased back into her second one. I actually went on Movie Maker and did it.
Joel, you said that'll work?
Yeah, because I mean, it's just.
Yeah, that.
Yeah, I mean,
I want it to
if
be
it's one
unified,
file,
so I'll do it the way you all want me to do it.
I'm telling you, I can work with it. I can take that one video file and I can break it into.
And cut it up.
It's easy for me to do that. Literally, it's one button I'm hitting to do that.
So you prefer the moving video?
I'm not going down that street. I'm just saying.
Sister Kalonda, just do it and send it in.
Yeah, what I'm saying is there's no reason I shouldn't have all the video right now. That's what I'm saying.
Okay.
Sister, Brother Joe, Sister Cheney and Sister Pam, Sister Patrice, I have a comment, I think, back to the time. If I recall, when we were on that call that night with the youth department, seems like to me a conversation came up about having something in the evening after people get off from work. And that's how we got into that late time slot, if I'm correct. If anybody else remembers, when they were talking about
Patrice.
Yes, when they were trying to fit us in, that's what happened.
That was true. That was right after the dinner hour. And if Joel said that 30 minutes at the most is still good, that's one.
No, I was thinking maybe you could, that was how it got there. So if it needed to go up higher, maybe it could, because that was the rationale for why they put it so late.
That's right, for the family hour.
Yeah, yeah.
Considering times for West Coast, so things didn't start early, and then people are still going to be at work Thursday and Friday in the daytime. Everybody's not taking off, or can stream at work, you know. So that's what the consideration. That's what spawned that talk.
Okay.
And then the other thing too is, as we saw at the men's conference, even though a Zoom call might end at a certain hour, people are going to hang out and talk and catch up. And we haven't seen each other in so long. You know, it's a natural thing to do. I can't wait to be all sitting in that square 8, 9 o'clock at night.
That part.
And all them sergeant arms just
and they turn the lights off.
Man, when you don't get out that square on time. Oh, I got one in mind right now. I can see him now. All right, we gotta go. I'm like, oh, no, we're gonna stay here. But she said, stay.
Can you hear me, Brother Joel?
Tall, but I don't know.
This is
Shay.
Pam.
Yes.
Yes, sir. Can you hear me?
I hear you.
Oh, okay. Look, peace to everyone. I guess I haven't spoken this evening. I had an official count of 28 participants. What do you have? What would how many were sent to you? So
I'll tell you. Hold
on. Okay.
I don't have to open up all these folders and do a quick tally real quick.
Okay. Well, I can tell you. I can tell you what I have according to from Norfolk. I have 8. Let me see, 5, 6, 7, 8, and then from Newport News 2. So that's a 2 total.
Pam,
from Virginia. Yes.
You have 8 from Norfolk.
Well, you have.
You counted the baby.
We're talking about fashion show, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
And then
the baby. Yeah, I'm good.
Okay, and then Newport News, we have 2. Those are 2 grandchildren. From Winston-Salem, North Carolina, I have 1.
Madison, right?
It's
That's
being
one.
told, but I don't know what he did.
From Philadelphia, I believe it's 2.
Cheney, that's right. That's good.
From Charlotte, North Carolina, that's 1. Atlanta, Georgia, 2. Washington, D.C., I have 2. Ironside, Maryland, I believe that's 4. We're attentive that need to get hers in, Cheney.
They're still doing. It's okay. Tentative. Yeah,
Okay.
4.
Right. In Opelousas, Louisiana, 2. Ellendale, Delaware, 2. Well, 2.5 because I believe Sister Pat has Anaya and a shot of the baby that Sister
Petronia?
Yes, Petronia. Yes.
And who is the other one that you have from Delaware? You only have two?
Mother sent me brother, let's see. I don't know. Let me look at that.
Josiah?
You know, you give me 1 second here that I got yesterday, and I'm trying to get that name for you. That would be Matthew Scott.
Yeah, so that means Delaware has four. You should have two boys.
Right, and then the one from California, Brother Parker Farrell.
Who are the two that you have from DC, Sister Pam?
DC. Manning. Manning, yes.
What about Vicky Ely, her children?
Vicky Ely. I haven't seen those yet. I got Brandon.
They're tagged Atlanta. They're tagged Atlanta.
Oh, they're tagged.
Like when I saw Trey, you talking about Trey's two girls, Lady Bernice?
Yeah, Trey Ely's children.
They have them as coming from out of Atlanta, not DC area.
Oh, really?
Uh-huh.
Because she sent it last Friday, or yeah, I think last Friday.
And then they said from Atlanta.
Right, because they're Atlanta too. With two young ladies.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, two little girls.
Yes.
Gabrielle.
Yes.
They got them from Atlanta?
That's what it got. I don't know where they are. I'm just saying where they email.
Yeah, they live in Maryland.
They live in Maryland.
I thought so too, but that thing showing up said Atlanta. Unless I was high, and I don't get high.
Well, Shay Javelle sent that to you, Shay. Sorry, y'all.
Thank you.
I got two that said from Atlanta. So I have my notes because I posted, I wrote notes on where each individuals were coming from. And I know my Atlanta, Georgia said two. And I'm looking at my email and as we're speaking, but I didn't write names right on these particular ones, but they are the way that they were sent to me were with names.
I had 4 children, but you have 2 videos for each family, I think.
Oh, okay.
The Mannings have 2 children and the Elys have 2 children.
Oh, okay. I need to go back. Let me see, Brandon Manning. Let me go back on that right quick. But it's just saying Brandon Manning and Layla Marie Schreiber, something.
Correct. That's correct.
Okay, but I don't see anything else coming out of Washington, D.C.
So you don't see Vicky Ely's 2 girls?
No, ma'am, I do not.
All right, thank you.
Okay.
And Sister Pam.
But Lady Bernice, I have Trey's kids. I have those videos.
Oh, so you got them?
I have them. I have them.
Okay, but she sent it Friday.
They said the reason why Sister Pam don't see them is because they don't say Maryland, DC, Maryland. They say Atlanta.
Okay. Because I mean, you know, of course, I reviewed what came to me, and that's how I did my count. So
and you got a count of 28.
Now, let me ask you this.
Yes, sir.
And I should have asked this before. Well, it's not too late for me to ask now because I haven't really started on fashion show stuff. It's the easier one to do. Are you all expecting to see these children appear on video by district?
No.
No. They can be random, right?
Yes, sir. It can be random. I had a few things that I wanted to include, like music in the background, and after each child, I'm asking for like applause following each performance. That if you can incorporate that, is that possible?
After each performance.
Yeah, I'm meaning like let's say after the let's say the dress wear and that has gone through, and then you'll do a round of applause, type thing to so that each so
Category.
yes, category.
Oh,
Thank you.
not for each child.
No, not for each child, but
So,
category.
so 3 rounds of applause.
Yes, sir.
I can do it.
Yes.
We can do it.
So Pam, can I ask you a question?
Yes.
If they didn't do the interviews, are you separating those children out from did it matter? Because I do have, I think, one child that didn't do interview questions.
Right. And I noted on that as well, Pat. I'm trying to figure out how to incorporate that, but it's not necessary that they do, because a lot of it is based on the maturity of the child.
Mm-hmm.
And if some, like for example, the Claudes, they put both of their children together,
right?
And they ask the questions, and usually the younger one just followed through. Where in the Walkers, they just took shots of the son,
them sitting, and
yeah,
and the Stevensons, you can't even understand them. They're so cute, but they're answering, but you don't really know what they're saying.
Right. But it is the effort, and children, they are wanting, they like to see themselves, and the parents are saying good job in the interviews and stuff. They're just very spontaneous, and it was done well from what I've seen, some of those things. But you're right, Brother Joel, especially on that time. But I'm looking at, I guess, maximum, probably we're looking at like 30. But right now, my count is at 28.
It'd be a miracle. It'd be a miracle.
Sister Pam,
Yeah.
Pam, can I just check? It's Shay. Can I just check your names again for the kids from Delaware, please? Your number.
Yeah. Okay. That was the brother. Oh, okay.
I'm gonna tell you what I have. I have Serenity, Matthew, Anaya, Josiah. I just have 4 from Delaware. That's it.
And you said and a half. So the baby, little Lila,
I think she was, when I saw a picture of the baby included in one of the pictures that Tanya had taken.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Yeah, but it was only one shot that I remember seeing.
Okay, that's good. I just wanted to make sure we had all 4 of them in.
Yes. And Matthew Scott. Did we say Matthew Scott?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, so we're on the same page there.
Yes, ma'am.
Shay, that's Crystal's son?
Yes.
Okay.
Sister Shay?
Yes, ma'am.
If you don't mind, if you could give me a call after the meeting so I can get the name of your new graduate, please.
Yes, ma'am. I will.
Thank you so much.
Uh-huh.
Also, we're going to be using, we established, Brother Joel, that we were going to be using captions for the still pictures. Is that correct?
Captions all throughout, like name, but just name, not just name only, and maybe I can squeeze district in there, but definitely name. And then like before each section, like there'll be like a title page that'll say this is African garb, and then
okay.
Then you'll see.
Okay, and I think that I originally printed as a celebration of Africa, meaning that it could come out in any form or style or tribe or what have you. Also, my other question was about a skit or introduction.
Okay, I'm listening.
Do we have time for that, or we're good? Or
tell me what you have in mind.
Oh no, I'm just.
I mean, there's time, but
I,
as our dear sister Lorna told there, can tell you, skits aren't as easy as they appear. Like when you watch them, you say, "Oh, that looks too easy," but
I hear. I just basically had just wrote a note, just in case. It's just like, welcome to our 2020 National Lovelock Fashion Show. Our theme is we are God's special creation. Our first presentation category will be dress wear, followed by sports casual wear, and finally a celebration of Africa. And upon completion, a brief interview, which includes their names, where they're from, and their responses. What does Jesus mean to them, and how are they God's special creation, will be aired. And then I would say something maybe like, so thank you all for tuning in. Now let the show begin, or something of that nature.
oh, that's not a skit. You're talking like an MC.
Oh, it's, well, I mean, well, you
Okay, then yeah, that's fine. You're gonna shoot it and send it to me.
um oh, I thought it was just gonna be my voice. I gotta show my face too.
Yes, I do too.
Yes, I did too.
Well, I'm God's special creation as well, so I can do that. Well,
You are fearfully and wonderfully made.
absolutely.
So get on camera.
Wow.
You all, but listen, I'm gonna say this, and I'm serious about this. It would defeat the whole purpose of a virtual video conference to have a bunch of just voiceovers and like no video. No, the whole thing is just, we can't be face to face. What I'm saying is, if you were there in Norfolk doing this, you would not be speaking this from outside out through a window.
You're
Like, you would
absolutely
right. Yeah.
Joel, you're absolutely right. I mean, I'm not shy, but I don't, want to be, like,
I understand that too.
yeah.
I'm that way. Trust me, I understand that.
Oh,
Trust
yeah.
me, I get it. But you gotta do it. Like I'm telling you, I'm still trying to get out doing this prayer video. I really am.
Yes.
But I know I can't. I know I can't. Hold my son up like this so you can't see me. Just hear my voice.
Yes. Yeah, so I'll work on that, and
Right.
but I
Now,
think
do you need the tips and tricks to record a video successfully and all that? I
some
sense the change.
I'm always, yes, I'm always open, and I practice a little on that, but I never really record myself. Working with others, I know how to kind of get out there and do someone else, but myself, I'm a distraction to myself. I don't know if that makes any sense when you're trying to record yourself.
I get that too.
Yes.
It makes sense.
A lot of sense.
A whole lot of sense.
Let's do this then. We're running over the fashion show. First thing pops up is going to be the little intro. Let me know that you're watching a combined youth conference, little flight conference. And we're going to have your MC video. Now, are you going to do a little piece in front of each section, or just one in front, and then we'll just do the rest of it with title pages?
Are you talking to me?
Yes, ma'am. What I'm asking is, do you want to put a little video introduction? Like, do you want a little video of yourself introducing each segment
Yes.
of the show?
I can do the introduction, and then I can just maybe go, great job, I hope you enjoy this, or what have you.
So at the beginning and the end?
Yes.
Not necessarily introducing African casual dressing.
No,
right?
no, just
Okay.
just saying what it is, and then at the end just say great job, give them a hand, or something like that. But I'll figure that out and work that out with you to make sure that we can get that. Do I send music to you, or you're able to download whatever.
If you have something you like to use, I'm open for that.
Yes, we
That'll
have.
make it easier on me.
We have that TF music, that the Don't Rush, for that little African theme that's very popular now. And I like the Bob Marley, Everything's Gonna Be All Right. Is this love?
Every little thing is gonna be all right.
Yeah, don't worry. You know,
Don't you worry.
Bad thing. Right. And the one that is the good one is when he does it with the birds. That I like that version of it. You know, the if you look, when they have several different versions of it, but that has the rhythm, that, you know, the flow for the children and myself.
Okay. I just might put together like a little credit reel at the end of this, if I can find time to, where it'll be kind of like, even if I just only have video of a child, like we can do like, well, we got the captions already, so yeah, maybe that's not a proven thing. So okay, so it'll be intro, the 3 phases, and then your outro, so to speak. Thanking everybody for joining, and that's the end of the fashion show. Right?
Yeah.
All right, now I'll tell you all again. I have so how it will work is whatever category has the most video content, that airs last.
Okay.
It's looking like the best one.
That makes more sense. But we got most of the dress and the sports casual.
Right. Just a few African ones.
Yes, but they came on with their bow tie accents and things, and I love their parents' presentation of them. So definitely.
All right, man. Sister Patrice.
Yes.
How are you feeling about the graduation?
You mean the king and queen?
Well, the king and queen, right? Graduation is not your one. King and queen.
So do you want king and queen, or you want graduation?
I want king and queen, because that'll come first.
I've been thinking, but Pam just might have answered my question. I know we talked about it all being live, and maybe you all can tell me if this is worth pre-recording, but I was thinking about maybe pre-recording the portion that talks about in the beginning, this brief overview of how you can enter into this particular project and become a candidate in future years. I don't know if I was thinking of pre-recording that part of it, but maybe it's not enough to be said to pre-record it and just let all of it be live. But what do you think?
I'm always going to tell you to do it live, because when pre-recording at this late hour, it just means more work and more cramming trying to get all this done. And I have enough on my plate right now, so.
Okay.
If like now in the case of Sister Pam, that's not a live Zoom thing. Hers is already pre-recorded, so there's no chance for her to do it live.
Okay, all right.
It's just whether or not we can fit it in. But with you, if you would do me a favor and just speak that part live, that I would love it.
Sure, not a problem.
I'll buy you 6 yeast rolls.
Not necessary, my brother. But listen, I received the videos of the thank you, Sister Cheney. I'm gonna run to the bathroom real quick. I sent you the videos of the 2019 King this evening and Queen. Their little pre-recordings. You probably
right, to give it back to them, right? Okay.
I don't know if you probably haven't had a chance to look at them.
Have you looked at them?
Yes.
They look bad.
The king is pretty good. The queen, because the queen needs a little bit of help. I wanted your opinion on it first, but I did ask her mom if she had time, if she could redo it, because I think she did it portrait as well. Even though I told her landscape, that's a hard thing to everybody to
I
get
gave up
used
on
to.
that fight. That's like ice cream up the hill.
I know they can't seem to remember that.
No, yeah. Trust me. I have, of all the video I have, I probably have 7 or 8 where they're shot right.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
What are you gonna do?
Well, so can you fix it, or are you gonna have to show them portrait?
No, we can show it. We can show a portrait. What it'll look like on screen is you'll see that picture in the middle, and you'll
Okay.
get black, like curtains, if you will. Not curtains, but like black borders.
Yeah, you'll
So
do something to
like
camouflage
if you
it.
imagine my palms being black borders, you'll see
Yeah.
me this way. But if I had
Exactly.
shot it right, you would get all this.
Okay.
What they call not letterboxing. Letterboxing is when it's like this, but it's I forget what it's called.
Frame, some kind of framing.
Right.
Okay, so here's what I'm thinking. All right, so I will just briefly give a little statement or two about how you can get into this. The number of years, this is our 13th year of the National Little Flock King and Queen. And if you want to participate, I don't have a script written down yet, so I'm just kind of rambling off the top of my head. But we'll briefly talk about how you can get involved in that and you can become a candidate for next year. Then I will talk about our king and queen from 2019, and then I would like to show their videos of what they want to say about their year, and congratulations to the upcoming new king and queen. That will be the recording. So in between that, Joel, so it's going to be live, then it goes to a pre-recording, and then it comes back live, unless you think something should be done first.
You had it on a container, but
I'm almost thinking I'd rather try to squeeze that in at the top of graduation.
you used it
at the top of the graduation. Lady Bernice, we hear you.
Okay.
Sister Patrice, I got a question. I got a minute's question. Your intro and ending will be videoed or live?
Well, Georgia said live.
Live. Okay, thank you.
Okay, but Joel, what were you saying? The videos of the current king and queen, you would rather do that at the beginning? You said graduation, but you mean king and queen, right?
No, I mean the outgoing king and queen. Their piece. Since
you think so? You're saying that should be first
in their graduation part. So I guess technically last in the coronation ceremony, but because it's pre-recorded, it's all in the same. Here's what you gotta understand. Although these are all going to be separate videos, like the one video's recorded in Chicago, one video's recorded in Florida, whatever. When it all gets aired, it's one long video file, but just put together. So
okay.
I'm looking at that part of it, trying to figure out, because here's where things go wrong, is when you have to sit there and start and stop a bunch of videos in order. You can play the wrong video at the wrong time. Maybe when you stop the one video, your video player on your computer says, I don't like what you just did, and goes on strike. So it's better to have one contiguous file that plays when you're doing pre-recorded stuff in a live Zoom call. So anything that's pre-recorded, I'm naturally trying to find a way to make it work with the other pre-recorded stuff. You see what I'm saying?
Okay. I hear what you're saying, and then I'm thinking, how is that going to work with the flow of what we're trying to do? Okay, because now we have announced the new king and queen. They have their crowns on. And then we bring on the old king and queens who have their crowns on, saying farewell and congratulations. It seems kind of Maybe.
But the old king and queen aren't announcing a new king and queen, right?
No, they're saying who they are. Actually, what's his name? Lord, Maceo does a really good job of his. He talks about. I like the way he did his, and whoever was working with him did a really good job of that. So he talks about how his goal and his drive that made him want to become the king. And then he says, congratulations to the new king. The queen does something similar. She just does it a little differently. So they both have their crowns on. So I'm thinking if they do that after
now I got you. They still have the crown on.
Yes.
See, it would have been good to have shot that without their stuff on.
Well, it was under the thinking that they would be first as they're still the current king and queen until the new ones are announced. So that was the thought process. Unless we have to redo it without it.
No, we can.
Or not do it at all. You know, they've already done it.
I'm not understanding what Joel is saying.
He wants to run it at the end, Cheney, because
I got that. I'm trying to figure out why the current wouldn't have on their crowns.
Because the new one will be announced.
If I had my way and it aired at the end of the coronation and at the top of the graduation, it would look silly for him to have a crown that we just gave to somebody else.
But we haven't. Oh, you've already given it to the other two.
Yes.
Oh, now I see it. Oh, okay. Well, it's still the videos.
Right. So he's saying all the videos are linked together. So it would be at better if they were at the end because it will be linked to the graduation video.
It's just one video file that plays the entire time.
Right.
Okay.
But the timing wouldn't be right.
It's a safe thing, technically speaking. But we can like Maceo doesn't mention, like he doesn't know who the new king and queen.
No.
Nobody. How can we insert that in where it's before you crown the new ones?
Well, we can't. He's just saying it will be easier because of the video.
Sister Cheney, it's not an agenda item. It's just I'm trying to make things as simple as possible.
Flowing.
Yeah, it's a technical.
Right. I hear that. I got it. No, I wasn't thinking
video, stop the video, start a live session, pick the video up again. The less moves we make.
Right. That's where I'm at.
But I mean, if there's no way around it, we gotta play it first.
Because you don't want 4 people up there with tiaras and crowns on. 2 crowns and 2 with.
No.
I hear what you're saying. Yeah, I mean, I see that part right there. That's why I couldn't figure out where we couldn't fit them in. Congratulate them.
The one thing that can't happen is once the new king and queen are crowned, you can't show another king.
Exactly. Yeah,
right.
That's what's clearing it up for me. Now, in the end, before we go into the graduation ceremony, Sister Patrice closes out the king and queen. Is that live or pre-recorded? Because she'll close that out and then introduce the graduation ceremony. That's what I thought we came up with the last
No,
meeting.
Lady Bernice is.
No, you will close out
you
the king
have to introduce me.
Yeah, you have to introduce Lady Bernice. That's what we came up with at the last meeting.
Oh yeah, that's right.
To start the graduation ceremony. That's what separates the 2 acts.
Right.
So is that
So whatever your last statement is, Sister Patrice, I need to know so I can know how to come into that next space.
That was established in the last meeting.
Right.
Brother,
you just said that, Lady Bernice, you already had said last week how you were going to say yours, and it sounded perfect to me.
Yeah, but you have to bring me in. I don't just pop in. You bring me in.
Right.
I know. I say your name, introduce you, and then you come in and said you would congratulate the new king and queen, and then go from
Right.
there. Graduation.
Right.
I mean,
Right.
you already had your words. That
Right.
sounds perfect to me.
Right.
So
So
all I
again,
was doing was just going to introduce Lady Bernice now or whatever, but I guess I have to come up with a line.
yeah, well, it's the
You
graduation
have to
ceremony.
introduce the graduation ceremony.
Yeah, graduation
and Lady
ceremony with
Bernice.
Lady Bernice.
Right.
Lady
I
Bernice will
know. I
introduce
mean, I
several
still have to
times.
come up with a statement of some
Right. That's right.
to that segue, to do that segue.
That's right. Now, is that live or pre-recorded? That's what I need.
Pre-recorded.
It's pre-recorded. Thank you.
Pre-recorded.
What's
Thank you.
pre-recorded?
Sister
I'm
Patrice,
live. I'll be live.
she's live. Okay, that's what I need. So intro and ending is live.
Yes.
Thank you.
Now, I guess we got to figure out, Joel, so what do you want me to revisit the videos for the current king and queen?
Let me look at them and I'll text you tomorrow morning.
I mean, in terms of where they fall, we want to think about it, or do I, maybe I know it.
No,
I hate to ask them to redo it.
We'll play it. I'll dress it up. We'll make some kind of little special announcement from the outgoing or the king. I'm not sure what you want to title it.
Or maybe it could just be audio.
2019.
Could it be audio?
Again, would they be speaking from outside the room? You know what I mean? You want to see them and hear them. I'm not interested. I'm not gonna let y'all do any audio only stuff. I'm not.
Well, I just said that then they wouldn't have you wouldn't see them with their crowns, and you could put them wherever they wanted to be.
The crown, the 2019 king and queen wearing a crown is only an issue if they are shown after the 2020 king and queen.
Right, exactly. Yes.
That's when it becomes an issue. So if they're going to be on, and they'll be on video, they have to be shown. No, I'm not worrying about. I know you're trying to make it work for the video sake, but no, we'll just put it in the front. We'll make the switch. You have to do it that way. Unless they can do it live in the call. And if the Queen's video is as bad as I'm needing it to be,
I don't know.
Keep that video. Hard to track down sometimes.
Yeah, I don't know. I would agree with Cheney on that. We better stick with the video. And I did do a little research. I tried to reach out and find out about the booklet. I talked to Deacon Terrence, and
the virtual signing thing.
Yes, I haven't really done any more online research myself. But
where's Sister Claudia? I thought she was working on that.
Oh yeah. Well, she did say she would look into that, didn't she?
I thought she did. Maybe I'm wrong.
Well, he suggested either the chat room or a wall. Where did I write all that? Okay, I didn't bring that to the meeting. I guess he didn't really have any resources above using the chat room and creating a PDF, saving it, or you could have a wall in the Zoom room and it could be interactive and live going on at the same time or something to that effect. It was about 3 options he suggested.
I'll follow with him. I got to get with TDI Saturday. We're meeting with TDI Saturday night at 7, so we'll mention that then.
And the only other thing he said, like the funeral homes, they use an app. So it's an app that they have for that.
That's what I was wanting to find out. What app, you know?
Oh, okay.
Because then if it's.
Well, I mean, I could call a funeral home and ask them what app they use.
Did Sister Claudia ever tell anybody? Did she find out anything about that? I was asking her to call Baker or some of the ones in Philly to find out what they were doing.
I hadn't heard anything.
Brother Young, she has spoken with me, and she was looking into it, but she didn't think it was the way. She didn't think that was the way to go, and tonight, I was hoping she'll be on the call, but I will introduce that back to her again. But we did talk at length about that, and she said that she didn't think that was the way to go. Is doing it through, the funeral home thing, so.
I have a question. This is regarding the district performances. Are the performances going to be live or pre-recorded?
Pre-recorded.
All right.
That's what I have the most content for. Like something comes every day, seem like.
Okay. Now
there's some of the cutest stuff you ever saw in your life.
Now, Mother Boswick has me down. I'm supposed to be introducing each performer. How is that going to be done? I
think if Mother Boswick is okay with it, I think we can forego that.
I think, but just let them run through.
And just use captions.
Yeah, yeah, because that's going to be.
So okay, you don't want him to.
It'd be nice, but I'll tell you, like to do that much more editing, I don't see me getting it done.
Okay.
Or would you want to call their name? Name be written up or something?
Well, when they pop up on screen, like how you see on the news at the bottom of the screen, I know. Like right now, I'm looking at you and I see Mother Boswick at the bottom.
Okay, like you have their name at the bottom of the screen. Right. Okay.
Then I know like the one girl, Brother Cotton's daughter, she's dancing, so it'll be her name, and then the music that she's singing, dancing to. Like she's
like to name her performance.
By,
okay, good. So it's already going to be done. Okay. Okay.
Like the three girls from Charlotte, they're singing right.
Yeah.
So
all we need is love.
Right. So you'll just see the pop up and then fade and pop up and fade. It'll be a good quick watch.
Yeah, okay. All right, yeah,
but
that'll work.
To do each one, it'll be just like
Yeah, have to go back and forth. Yeah, because I was trying to get.
Shell, this does not mean you don't get out of your stuff because you have you're emceeing like a program more or less.
Okay. So brother Joel, are you working on the music? Do you need me to get the music for the King and Queen?
I have Pomp and Circumstance, but you're supposed to give me the classical stuff.
No, not Pomp and Circumstance.
That's gonna be for the graduation.
Let me make a confession here. When we say the graduation to me is all one thing in my mind. It just is. So it's just when you're saying that to me it's Saturday. So I know Pomp and Circumstance is in my Saturday folder. So I have that for the procession. But you're supposed to the classical music. So to answer your question, no. I need classical music from you.
Okay, so I need to get you that. Okay.
The classical music.
Circumstances, graduation. Think about that.
Yeah, and I just have to. I have to stop thinking that way. I apologize, but like to me, it's just. But no, it's two different things. It is. Whose idea was that?
Your baby.
This is my sister's great, and I'm trying to hold her till my sister finished folding clothes. So, but she's starting the wine, and
hey, sweetie,
I'm not the grandma. Say hi. Can you see her?
Oh, look at her.
She's 6 months old with like 5 teeth. I'll show you teeth.
I'll take her.
Well, just done on it too.
Sorry for interrupting. Tell her pretty baby.
Thank you. Pray for it.
So, Brother Joel.
Yes.
I'm going to ask a question. Maybe it doesn't make sense and it may be too much, but I'm kind of visualizing stuff. So can we like do confetti or some kind of graphics kind of stuff with the King and Queen when the big announcement's made and you just really make it really exciting looking?
Pre-recorded, yeah.
All right, so I could just jump up and down or something since I'm live. All right.
They can throw it. They can listen. The parents can throw it in the room.
Oh Lord. Okay.
But there's no overlay for that. Like right now to do that is impossible. And well, there might be an overlay where you can do it, but I wouldn't have any control over it. It'd be something on that local attendees control.
So if I'm live, what kind of background and stuff should I have? I mean, should I be at church or be somewhere where it's a nice background?
I would just recommend you not sitting in a bar somewhere. I think you'd be fine. I'm tired. I'm sleepy. I'm getting silly.
Sitting in the bar turning up, Brother Joel.
Yeah.
Posting a little floppy thing.
Yeah.
Boy,
Yeah.
you would be the talk of the town on Sunday.
I would be the message.
If you would. Nah, but you need something, something nice. Just don't sit in front of any bright windows in a dark house. You'll be fine.
Oh my.
Really?
I'm just thinking you want it to look kind of festive. You want a nice background.
You can do that, yeah. Listen, you'll be surprised what you can do. Look, give me a second. I'm gonna show you something. You'd be surprised what a painting can do for a background. Like if I were to stand up right now, right, and I stood in front of this, that adds a depth. You know what I mean? Like it's not just me sitting in the background, and that's just a painting I have on the wall back there. That's it. I'm out of focus a little bit, but like if I were to be sitting, and then like you see me and all that coming behind me. So little things.
Okay.
Some nice drapes and the French high back chairs, Patrice, something royal looking.
I know. Okay, I got to work on
you
that.
Go find that kind of setting.
Yes. Okay.
But what matters most where you are is that you're in a room that has some kind of, like, that's not like, you don't want to do this in a brand new empty kitchen where you just got, semi-gloss walls and tile floors, because the sound will be all,
yes.
hard to understand you. So you might have a nice scenic place, but is that room a lot of echo and flutter and all that to it? Then you don't want to.
Okay.
You're alive. There's no fixing stuff. So rooms that have like carpet, drapes, curtains, maybe a couch, something that's going to soak up and absorb sound and not reflect sound.
Right.
Hard surfaces you want to avoid.
Okay.
Like whatever room you're in now sounds great. Like you sound very clear and tight. It's not boomy or anything.
Oh, okay. I'm in the kitchen.
If you looked at Shay's video, like the piece they did when they were in the auditorium, the sanctuary in Ellendale, you can tell they were in well, I know how that room sounds. So, but you can tell there was a difference in that sound versus when they shot in the office or the dormitory. I'm not sure where they were for the second one. One of the two, either the dorm or the old office. But you gotta pay attention to that room, the acoustics that are in the room.
Okay.
But yeah, you can just do something, or you can put.
So I need to pass all that on to the parents too that are going to be present, the children that are going to be present.
I put that together in the email. The Sister Cheney and Mother, they have that email.
All of that was sent out. It was all sent out very early on.
Right.
About the room?
Everything.
All of that.
Whatever Joel sent out.
Recording a successful video. Right.
Yep. He said that's what he had on there. Examples of recording a successful video. All of that was sent out early on by Sister Melvine.
I don't remember. I saw the one that had
the
3 websites.
That's it.
That's the one.
Oh, okay. Okay.
You didn't read it.
I did. Yes, I did. Because it talk about the lighting, and I
Yeah.
don't remember about the room though. I don't remember that one.
No, it was in there.
Okay, I'll relook.
I think I may need to, unless I need to do some else. I'm starting to get a crowd in here, young people that are overwhelming me and messing with the video. So
Thank you, Sister Pam.
I need to say peace be unto you all.
Peace be unto
Peace be unto you, Sister Pam.
Peace be unto
Mother
you.
Pam.
Thank you again.
All right, and I'll be in touch with you, Mother, for any further instructions.
And I need music from you too.
Yes, absolutely.
Okay.
All right, peace be unto you all.
Peace be.
Peace.
Peace. Thank you all.
Ladies.
Good work. Y'all good.
Yeah, this has been a good productive call. I got one thing though. What are we doing about this spelling bee? Because that has some moving parts, so we have to make sure it works.
Spelling bee.
In the wheel.
Discuss that now. Matter of fact, did somebody call her?
This was very nice. We got a lot of information tonight. A lot of clarity.
What about the spelling bee here? Because
no, she's
we need
not
to see
on.
the wheel in play live.
I know.
And we need to make sure that we know. The only thing I'm not too worried about it, but I am worried about it because we haven't put the wheel like live. We've seen a video of the wheel in play, like a screen capture of the wheel running, but we need to see that wheel in the call, like being shared from the computer. I don't know. The thing is, like, if honestly, I think TDI needs to have that wheel, like whatever website it's on and the access and all that. I think I said this already. They need to drive it from Deacon Terrence needs to drive it, or Deacon Phillips needs to drive it.
Oh, that stuff he's
let's say Felicia has, just average, Wi-Fi or internet signal at home. That's how spelling bee, rather. So I think our Achilles heel right now is the spelling bee.
Joy, do you think it would help you? She sent that a video of it. She sent a video of it to me.
We saw that last week, Mother Boss.
You have it. Okay.
But we need to have the actual wheel and it online and really do it, like do it for real, like really test drive it and see how it's gonna behave. And Felicia's also going to provide that stuff to TDI. Because my understanding of things is that it needs to be run from TDI and not us per se. But if we can determine that she has really good quality internet there, then I don't see a problem with her running it. But, those things have to be determined. And I've had her reshoot her skit. So they're working on that, but I made it a little simpler what they have to do too. So just do 2 takes, 1 take on the oldest daughter, who's the teacher, and then another, of the kids as they answer. Because it was all one thing. It would have made you dizzy looking at it. So I know she's working on that, but we do need if we don't go over that spelling bee next Thursday, we're gonna be in trouble during the conference.
Wow, she was on last week too.
Yeah, she was.
She was?
Yeah, she was on Monday. Not last week, this Monday when we was
Monday, really?
Yeah, she came on.
Yeah,
she was the first person on Monday.
She was on Monday.
Wow. So you're saying that wheel has to be live from TDI?
I'm saying we need to rehearse with it.
We need to rehearse with it. Okay.
Right.
Yeah, I think so too. So they can see how
and we would have to try to get. She has to come on.
I'm not sure what Felicia's schedule is, but I'll make myself available. It just can't be Saturday night with this TDI thing. so we can get it back together. I apologize about that. I just don't remember us setting the call.
I remember.
Just schedule it for Monday.
Yeah, he said it.
Monday is the next schedule?
No. What I'm
Oh.
saying is I don't recall us booking last Monday.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, you did. Yeah, you said you wanted.
He did because he said it.
You said you wanted everybody on that has anything to do with this conference on last Monday.
A lot of them.
Sure, he said it. I remember him saying that. That's what I kept telling you. He said it. He didn't schedule it here, but he said it.
So are we meeting on Mondays and Thursdays now? Or
No.
what?
I'm not
That was
saying
just that special time.
That was just for that was for all the performers.
What I'm saying is I want to find out from Sister Felicia when she's available to meet again. And it doesn't have to be everybody. It can just be me and her and a few others. It doesn't have to be the whole team.
Right.
We just need to see this wheel in play.
Mm-hmm.
And if she wants to do it at 3 o'clock in the morning, I'll get up.
Email you.
Well, how many children do we have? How many participants do we have for the spelling bee?
8, right? Or was it 10?
4, because I have one. Melissa said hers, she was going to have one here at children. And Sister Cheney has a couple. So I believe we have.
I have 2, Mother. God willing.
I have one of mine that's definitely excited about this. And the other 2, and I have the one that she has. Well, it's like it maybe 4. Say for sure. But right now, we have 3. We know we have 3 that we do now. And
you got 3 now?
Yeah, because like I said, some of the children don't think understands it, the virgin. They just not really getting into it. But I'm telling you, if it only is 3 on it, okay, then you can have the contest is who's going to win the gold. So they're all, if we only have the 3, they're all going for that gold. So we don't have to worry about, say we don't have 10 or 15. It's just the thing that what we have, who we have are going for that gold. Now, as far as everyone on the, say outside looking, they don't know we had 100 children or whether or not these 3 are going for the gold. Because in essence, that's what happens for Rio. It all narrows it down to 3, and those 3 are trying to see which one they don't get to go. So it's going to be I feel like a lot of fun for them as to who's going to get to go. We already have the medals because I already bought them and they're all picked up. The gold, the silver, and the bronze medal. So I think it would be exciting for them. And I don't know whether she would want to use the wheel, knowing it's the 3. I don't know. But I know if you only have 3 or 4, it could be quite exciting for the children.
It will be.
Do you want her to give you a call? Brother Young, do you want Felicia to give you a call or something?
I'll email her. I've been in touch with her via email about
good.
The arrow skip. So I'll coordinate something with her.
Okay.
I apologize about Monday, you all. I really do.
Don't worry about it. It happens. We were just talking and having our time with one another. So don't even worry about that.
So we've got to just map out the order of events for the spelling bee. And then I think we're good. Like, we know what we need to do, where everybody needs to be, and what needs to happen for the other events. So I'll get with Sister Felicia. We don't have anything scheduled for Monday. Nothing for Monday right now. But we are meeting Mother Busby, UI, Lady Bernice. Sister Channing, you should be too. Yeah. The Saturday night, 7 o'clock.
July 2nd. That's our next.
Hold on, someone is talking, Brother Joel. I can't understand you.
Sister Melvin.
I'm sorry. I apologize.
Right.
You said Saturday night. Did you say something?
We have a meeting with Brother Stephen Gardner in the TDI team to map things out, like where things are going. It's going to be more about agenda and delivery, like how the videos are getting compiled, when they should arrive. They're going to have detailed things, like it's a technical call.
Oh, tech call?
Tech call. I don't even know, Mother Boss, if you even need to really be on that.
I'm sorry, say that again.
Yeah, I don't know if you really need to even be on that call. But just plan to attend it, you and Lady Denise.
Well, I'm a plan.
Right.
Plan to attend, right.
But it'll be some technical.
I know we can learn something.
Right.
And that you're saying that Saturday night at 7 p.m.?
I believe either 7 or 7:30. 7?
7 is 7.
7? And is
My email said 7.
Okay. Is it the same address here?
No, I'm not doing this. This one's on TDI. They haven't provided it yet.
Oh, it's coming from TDI.
Brother Steve Gardner is coordinating this one.
Okay.
Okay. I want you to be on.
You say Saturday? Oh, that's the 4th. Yeah, that's July 4th.
But Brother Joel, does Brother Gardner know who all he need to send the link to?
I doubt that. But I know he has Mother's address, your address, and mine. So he'll get it to us three, and then we can invite.
We don't need to.
Oh, I make sure that Sister Cheney gets it once I get it out. Make sure she gets it. Very important part in what we all kind of get together and do. So
I'm going to reach out to Felicia and find out when she's available to meet. I'll let you all know. The whole team back together here on this Zoom line next Saturday, July 2nd. That'll be our last Thursday night rehearsal before the conference.
Did you say Saturday or Thursday?
Thursday, yeah.
I'm talking about our next rehearsal is Thursday, the 2nd.
Okay. Okay.
In between now and next Thursday, our final rehearsal, I have to coordinate with Sister Felicia, and we have our 7 o'clock on Saturday with TDI.
Okay.
So not Saturday the 4th, Saturday the 27th.
27. Thank you.
Right? Okay.
Okay.
Yes.
When is our
Tomorrow's
next?
26th.
So when is our next time this group is coming back together? Is that the 2nd?
Thursday night.
Thursday the 2nd.
Okay. And that's our last one?
That's our last rehearsal. So that's all hands, and it's gonna be a long call.
Lord, are we ready?
In the name of the Lord Jesus.
That's what I
Pray
say.
on it. Pray on it.
But I would read Sister Kirkland too, because she needed to explain hers. Sister Kirkland for the next call with all of us.
What was Saturday the 27th?
Yes.
27.
What was that for? That's the
TDI.
TDI.
That's TDI meeting that Mother wants you to be in.
TDI. What is July 4th?
Somebody
had something
July,
else.
it's our holiday.
Nothing.
I heard July 4th.
No, July 2nd. You heard Thursday, July 2nd.
That's the final rehearsal.
Yes.
Right.
Okay. All right.
And we
And
should
Mother
probably
said she'll send you the link when she get it from Brother Steve.
I did get that. Thank you so much.
You're so welcome.
When is the 6th? What is Monday, the 6th? Monday is July 6th. Is that what it's July 6th falls on Monday?
Of the week of the conference.
Yeah.
Yes.
So the 6th of July. Lady Reese, are you all doing anything as a family on the 6th this year?
Whatever I'm doing, this is first.
Okay.
So
So if we can't get everything nailed down Thursday night, the 2nd, we should probably just have our minds ready to meet again Monday night.
Monday the 6th, okay.
Mhm. But God willing, we can get it all nailed down on the 2nd.
July 2nd.
All right. We're gonna be okay.
Thank you, Brother Joel.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
God.
God bless you. God bless you.
God bless you, and God bless your team.
Thank you so much.
Thanks, everybody.
I'm gonna go back into my editing.
Patrice.
Wait a minute.
Thank you.
Wait a minute.
You know what?
Joe, I have one question. You said, are we going to meet on the 29th or no? It's just the 2nd.
What's the 29th?
No, 27. 27 and the 2nd.
No, I'm saying
nothing on the 29th.
The 27th, I thought it was a TDI.
TDI
do you think we should meet? Yeah, I got that one. But I'm thinking for Monday, the 29th. No meeting, we fine, and we should be ready for just the 2nd, and that's it.
Latrice, it wouldn't hurt. It wouldn't hurt. And I'll make sure I'm on this one.
Okay. Yeah.
So now we added Monday.
Okay, so now we got the 29th.
Let's take a vote. Let's take a vote. What do you think?
Yes.
Well, let's say this.
We all say yes.
Yes. I'm gonna say yes for Monday and yes for Thursday the 2nd.
Yes.
Yes.
And maybe Monday. Yes, and maybe Monday the 6th as well.
He already said that.
So make sure it's all
Yes,
good.
that's right. Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, so we should have everything together because you're going to get in contact with Sister Felicia, and then we should nail everything down. The 2nd, we should be really, really ready.
Right.
And then if we do anything, I guess, on the 6th, then we should be perfect on the 6th.
Okay.
Right.
Run through it all.
So
So by then, by next Thursday, all the videos will be complete, so we can sit and watch them as they run.
Yes.
And we can all role play.
So
What
is Monday? Is that the 27th again? Is that 27th?
Monday's the 29th.
29th. Okay.
Okay, so let's do this from the top. Everybody jotting this down.
Yes.
So our next meeting is in 3 days or 2 days on Saturday, the 27th. That is a meeting with the Little Flock planning and the TDI team.
But that's not everybody, right? That's just Mother and Lady.
And myself and
she said Cheney and Melvin.
Oh, okay.
Okay. Say me.
Okay.
That'll be helpful.
She didn't say me,
So that's not all hands. That's gonna be what TDI wants from us is what they call deliverables, right? Like when are the videos coming? What are you all doing with the videos? What's your agenda? If you heard your agenda was this, is this what you're all doing? So they're just storing up how they're going to run our stuff. So everybody does not need to be on the call on Saturday. Brother Steve Gardner or Deacon Terrence are going to put that call info out to myself, Lady Bernice, Mother Boswick. So you all aren't needed on that call.
Okay.
We're going to meet again, us as a team, to plan and rehearse on Monday the 29th.
Yes.
At 7.
At 7. And then again on Tuesday the 2nd at 7. And then again Monday the 6th at 7.
Okay.
Oh, that's us on the 16th?
Yeah, July 6th, yeah.
Okay. July
Brother
2nd.
Joel, one thing that we did not talk about tonight was the Busy Bees.
That's all pre-recorded footage, right?
Right, that's going to be on the back wall kind of thing.
So
Thursday the 2nd.
we need to talk about that.
I looked at it.
Can we talk about
on Monday?
Not to I don't want to go real deep into that, but Mother Boswick, we're gonna have to speak about the Busy Bees on this fall Saturday with TDI. Who's in charge of it? Like what
That's
is
Sister Patrice. Yeah.
Right.
And Kalonda. Sister Patrice and Kalonda.
Did you take a look at the Busy Bees? Did you take a look at it?
At Monday. Ain't worried about Saturday.
The 2nd and the 6th.
Thursday.
Monday the 29th.
Am I supposed to get in that footage from you all?
And Monday again the 6th.
Brother Joy, you talking about the busy bees?
Yes, yes.
Didn't you get the Sister Kalonda? Did you send it to him?
I sent it to the National Little Floss box. I don't know for Mother Boswick to do
Hold on.
anywhere it needs to
So
go.
they may be with the performances. They may be mixed all up.
Okay.
So
Yeah. The busy bees.
it's possible. All right, let me ask a question then. So I got that video of Zaya Scott speaking Mandarin Chinese. That's not a digital performance. That's a busy bee clip.
No, don't know about that. Our busy bee is a PowerPoint presentation that's already assembled and packaged.
That's right. Okay.
Yeah, okay.
And who's putting it together? Sister Kalonda?
It's already put together.
It's already there.
They sent me one, but then they said, they changed it somewhat. And so they gave it to me. Now I have it. I thought you had seen it. If you hadn't seen it, because she wanted you to look at it and see what, she needed to do to add. But to me, when I looked at it, the copy, I thought it was lovely. I thought it was lovely. I really did. It showed what the children have been doing, and they made it very colorful, and it was nice.
I'm not seeing it in my inbox. I just did a search for all things Little Flock and Busy Bees, and nothing's coming up.
I'll send
Is it in a drop? Is it in a Dropbox or?
Patrice and I will have to kind of talk to you like
I can't
offline
understand.
without.
Kalonda, you're breaking up.
Yeah, I can't understand anything you're saying.
I can send that to you tonight.
Or thank you,
I can send it to you, Brother Young. And you take a look.
You can send it to me last week.
Kalonda, in the middle of nowhere.
Kalonda, you breaking up.
I know that there's some things that really need to be fixed. If you can.
Kalonda,
maybe with the videos.
The bad internet. The bad internet. I'm in the middle of nowhere.
We got you.
Toby.
Okay, we got you. Joel, she says, yeah, she said she's gonna send it to you, Joel, and she wants you to do some editing with her.
She gonna have to chat her then.
Your satellite dish is an alligator here.
Yeah. The videos I know were embedded. She converted them to YouTube. So that might be some of the things she wants you to look at, and maybe the timing of it, the timing of each of the slides. It's 35 slides, including cover.
So with them, they have embedded links to YouTube for video.
Yes, I think about maybe 1, 2. I think it's about 4.
So, but all the video is in-house CLJC Little Flock, right?
Yes. Wait a minute, what?
I'm saying
Little
so.
Flock.
All the videos that are in the PowerPoint, they're
Oh,
all
yes,
CLJC
yes.
Little Flock children, right?
Yes.
So then they were filmed by parents, etc., and then posted to YouTube, and now we're streaming the link from the PowerPoint.
No, well, they sent us videos, and then I think Kalonda put them in YouTube.
Yeah, so what I'm saying is, so when you get to that part in the PowerPoint slide, you're clicking a link that plays the YouTube thing.
Yes. No.
They're not posted. They're actually private links. Yes. I put them into a YouTube video to embed them.
Kalonda, we can't understand.
Okay, that's what I needed to know.
Here's what
it was not letting me embed it.
Kalonda, you need to switch to your phone for your audio, not the computer.
Type it in the chat, Kalonda. You can type it.
Listen, here's the thing. We need to get that PowerPoint into a Zoom call.
No,
So
I'm using the computer. I have bad internet service in and out.
I appreciate
I'm
what you're saying.
on a
I understand what you're saying.
Chromebook. I'm on a laptop.
Do you need me to send it, Kalonda? I don't know why I'm hollering.
Yeah, right.
Please send it, Patrice.
Kalonda, listen.
Patrice, just send it to Joel.
Listen to what I'm saying. Just listen to what I'm saying. We know you're on the computer for your audio, but you can also tell Zoom to use your phone for the audio portion of your call. It doesn't have to be, that's too much. For you to do your video over the computer, it's too much. So just tell the Zoom to do your voice over the phone and not the computer. And that'll free up some of your bandwidth at home. So you can just go down to where you see your microphone and that little caret there, and you can just switch your audio over the phone. And you'll have a better experience that way. Remember that for the next couple of calls.
Training too, yeah. I remember that from training.
Here's the other thing. So sometimes when you have a PowerPoint, I know this is true with WebEx when we do it at work, Zoom should be a little easier, but it can get a little hung up when you're trying to stream that link from the PowerPoint, because now PowerPoint has to go find that link and play it. So it's not always as fluent as you think it might be. But with TDI running it, and I know Deacon Terrence and Deacon Philip, they have great internet connections. So we'll have to put in the play and see how well it works. But do you know how to embed that file in the PowerPoint? Because if you're trying to embed like a movie file, like an Apple file, like shot from an iPhone or something, it's not gonna let you do it. But if you can convert it to a WMA or MP4, then you can embed it in a Microsoft PowerPoint. And I can help with that. I do that all the time.
Kalonda, I was able to embed them, but I couldn't transfer it. You know, at the time I didn't know how to do the drives.
Can you do that then?
You still got that embedded PowerPoint, Sister Patrice?
It will be the original one. I would have to go back. You know, before I sent it to you, I had embedded them, but then I had to take them out because I couldn't email it, and I didn't really know how to use drives.
Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I got a lot going on tomorrow morning at work. I'm free around 1. I'll give you a call.
Who, me or Kalonda?
You've already got an embedded PowerPoint.
But it's the original version. It's been tweaked and fixed and all of that. That was just the one that I prepared.
But you all didn't change the video. You all just changed the slides. We can always copy the slides.
Oh. Yeah, I have the original slides.
No, we changed the slides. We changed a bunch of stuff. That original is almost completely different than the last one. The first one is completely different from the second one.
Well, he's talking about just the videos. I have all the original videos.
Okay.
Because it came to me, so I have them.
Mm-hmm.
So are you okay to meet with Joel, Sister Patrice, after 1 tomorrow?
No. That's a moot point now. That's a moot point.
That's moot. Okay.
We gotta go with what Sister Kalonda has and just fix these videos out.
Oh, okay. So go with what Kalonda has. Okay.
Yeah. That needs to be. I know that needs to be fixed. That's what me and Patrice was talking about.
But Kalonda, here's another point, Kalonda, because you got
the way it should have flowed, it wasn't playing. Like I tried it on 3 different computers, and it wasn't do. And then, go ahead.
Oh, what I was gonna say, I don't know if it makes a difference, but the videos are each on their own slide, so we would not have to mess with the rest of the package. Just those slides that have the videos. Brother Joe, if you want the original still. And it's only 3 or 4.
I'm gonna let you all work that out.
Well, I don't know what I'm doing, so I don't, you know. I'm not sure about that part of it.
No, we need your help.
We all gonna lay hands on Sister Yolanda Monday night, and bless her that she'll.
No, we
got faith in
don't.
Yolanda.
I'm gonna lean on Brother Joe to direct me. Jesus help me.
All I heard was
Lord.
direct me. I don't know if she was praying to the Lord or.
She said she needs you to help her, to direct her.
Okay, we can't talk like this though. We gotta get on the phone.
Jesus help me, Lord.
Woo!
Girl, you sound drunk.
Yes.
I said, Jesus help me, Lord.
Yeah, we got you. We heard it.
He hears you too.
I'm calling on the name of Jesus.
Where are you in the
That's the only name I know right now.
You know what?
No,
you need to Kalanda.
Kalanda,
put
Kalanda is sore.
Put that bottle down. Where you got that bottle hidden
doing
at?
it real cool. We can't even see it.
I'm just cutting up with you, Kalanda. I'm cutting up with you. That's how the internet got you sounding, girl. Look at Kalanda.
She can't say nothing. She just
I tried to encourage you. I tried to encourage you, my love.
I got a glass of water.
Got something. I don't know what that is. I don't even understand that. It's getting worse and worse, girl.
We need an interpreter.
I might
She lost her speech now.
I'm gonna bid y'all peace. I gotta be for work at 6:30 tomorrow.
You
so.
know it. You know, Brother Joe. Thank you.
I'll leave you all can stay on and talk. Later, Bernice, I
No,
may
Brother
Oh
Joel.
no,
Thank
I'm
you
tired.
so much. God bless you.
God bless you, love.
Thank you,
Thank
Brother
you so
Joe.
much.
Thank
We
you.
will be on it on Monday.
See you on Monday.
Yes.
On Monday.
Everybody on Monday, 7 o'clock to
Peace,
29.
everybody.
Peace, everyone.
Good night, everybody. Love
Peace.
Good night, everybody.
Oh my goodness.
Thank you.
Leave the meeting.
Peace.
Peace.